Welcome to the F&S Podcast, the Twisted Edition. Now, what is this cruise we on?
Royal Caribbean, Wonder of the Seas.
Wait, we've been on this cruise for almost 7 days and you still don't know what cruise we on?
Dang, can he do the introduction without getting
just
roasted?
asking.
Can he do the introduction without getting roasted?
Do the introduction, man. I don't even want to do it no more. Do it.
Sorry, I'm
Nope.
sorry.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Look, y'all. We on the vacation together. We on the cruise right now, the Wonder of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. Tomorrow we touch down in the Bahamas. And right now we kind of agreed to indulge in most of our alcoholic beverages tonight. So just be prepared for what follows.
Right.
So what we gonna do is we gonna talk about the pros and the cons of being on this cruise ship versus the all-inclusive vacation that we experienced together and that was experienced without each other here. And I think, Andrea, you had a really good idea breaking it down into each category.
Yep.
You need to stand up too, because you look like you about to fall asleep sitting down.
I know you ain't sitting here trying to act like you twisted, like you just bulletproof the liquor, so we're not gonna do
So
this.
we had
I said food, drinks,
entertainment.
Should we compare the boat to the actual
Like resort.
or whatever it is?
It's kind of hard to compare.
That's a really good question.
No, it's not. It's like a little neighborhood within the South.
I kind of like the boat better because you get to go to different countries.
Well,
we can save it for when we get to that category.
Okay, so what category you want to talk about first?
Well, let's go with the liquor, since that's what we on tonight.
what?
Let's go with the liquor, the drink package. So just so y'all know, what was they charging for the drink package for this 7-day cruise?
Like 1,200?
Yeah, for two people.
Something like that. Wasn't it like 1,200 around
Yeah,
that in
like
that ballpark?
1,200.
That was
Two
crazy.
people.
$1,200 for 7
And that's
days.
separate from like
That's a whole vacation. Low-key.
your expenses. Period. Like
You can bring
stay-
that whole plate over here if you want.
I don't know how many drinks does that go out for per person per
She
day?
won't get one.
You talking about $1,200 per
Yeah.
person per day?
Because if that's $1,200 in a week, I don't know what's 1,200 divided by 7.
We'll do like 600 because that's per person. So 600 divided by 7. So that's pretty much like 85.71 per day.
85.71. So that would be the
So if you get
equivalent.
the drink pack, if you get the drinks of the day, that's like 8 drinks a day.
8 drinks a day, and if you get the regular drinks, that cuts down to what, 6 or 5 drinks?
Probably like
5 drinks, which is like, that's still,
But that's also on special. That's buying one drink package and getting the second half off.
hold on, wait, what?
That's a special that they were doing the first day, and before we got on the cruise, it was buy one drink package, get the second half off. So if you got 2 regular price, you're talking about $2,000.
Yeah, and it still doesn't even include the internet.
Well,
Wi-Fi.
that's something extra.
That's something.
But that's not extra on the resort.
That's true. But
It's
like,
complimentary.
I'm just saying.
We've had to pay $31 per day for internet.
Yeah, that's
But
kind
you
of
didn't
wild.
have to get internet.
Okay.
See,
You
like,
didn't.
so in regards to alcohol, the all-inclusive is going to be the way to go. Just
Absolutely.
because you get an unlimited amount of your choice of what they have available. Now, keep in mind, the cruise ship nor the all-inclusive that at least I've experienced they don't have the top-notch stuff to drink from. All right, you ain't gonna see no bottle of you ain't gonna see no bottle of. I ain't even gonna say the top notch of the stuff. I'm just saying you ain't gonna see no bottle of 1792. You ain't gonna see no bottle of Old Forester like in the bar area for them to be like, oh yeah, you want that one? We can use that. No, like now what they do have, what I have seen, they have like the Woodford Reserve, and they have the Buffalo Trace, and then they have like the regular small joints like the Maker's Mark, Jack Daniels, Crown Royal.
Right.
But you ain't gonna have like the top-notch stuff to choose from when it comes to drinking anything straight.
Would you have that on a resort go to? Top-notch choice?
I haven't seen it. I mean, I've only been on one, so I can't say. Unless y'all seen it when y'all was in, what was it, Jamaica and Mexico?
Nah, I only drink Marcel in Mexico.
I didn't see it.
So like, it's not like you getting, you know, some top-notch bourbons at least, or even no top-notch rums or anything like that. You know, you ain't really getting that. Like, I don't even think I seen a bottle of Bacardi.
They got Bacardi down there.
They did. Where is that?
Bacardi ain't even high class.
I know, but like, did you even?
I could have sworn I seen a bottle. Maybe
I haven't seen a bottle of Bacardi here. I haven't seen a bottle.
Bacardi is usually at every single resort we go to.
I haven't seen.
I'm asking you, did you see it on cruise ship here?
I haven't seen it here. I haven't seen it here. I haven't seen a bottle of Don Q. I haven't seen none of that stuff.
Bacardi ain't nothing special.
So do you think their duty-free alcohol here on the ship is better than like their duty-free like anywhere else? Because I feel like when we were in Mexico, they had like a better selection.
They probably had a better selection of
Way
tequila.
better selection.
Like I would expect them to have a better selection of tequila over in Mexico. Like the margaritas in Mexico better be hitting on all cylinders. In my opinion, but I could be dead wrong about that.
I still say the resort drinks are better.
Yeah, because it's just nice to know that you can indulge in as much as you want.
As much as you want.
As much as
if you get all inclusive though.
Every single day. That's what you're talking about. Is comparing to all.
If you book a resort, is it automatically all inclusive or no?
No.
Yeah, see, so you gotta go all inclusive even.
Yeah.
Right.
It as far as the dollar, you go a longer way.
It's better for you, in my opinion.
And you get a bigger room.
Yeah, this
is
real.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
That's a whole different subject. That's a whole different subject. We can jump to that.
There's some airplane stuff.
Oh my
You know what I'm saying?
gosh. I feel
my goodness.
yes. Don't you feel like you're just on an airplane?
Yeah, it does.
Like in business class?
It's like
And
some
it's
airplane
as
stuff.
big as it's gonna get.
It's been kind of tight for me. I'm kind of ready to go home.
It's been so tight.
I like the trip. I'm just ready to I need to move. Like this is.
But
Because even taking a shower,
I do feel like the boat rocking is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I sleep
Salute
better.
to you.
I feel like I sleep so much better
The
on the
sleeping
cruise
is
ship.
good, but when I wake
The
up, it's
cruise
not.
ship
You know what I'm
sleeping is
saying?
No, but
way better than the resort.
We can't just Euro step past what he talked about, that shower.
Yeah.
That shower is like standing military type
Like you can't,
shower.
I can't move. And then when I get out the shower, I'm right at the sink and by the toilet. So it's like I gotta really
Yeah,
I gotta dry out here. I can't really.
I'm not a fan. I'm with you there. I'm not a fan of this.
These rooms are not designed for you to spend a lot of time.
That's why I don't understand
Right.
when I see whole families. I'm like,
Unless you're literally gonna take a nap and go right back out.
yeah,
Now,
Families have like a pull-out couch.
yeah, but how big is the room?
It's
Right.
it's a little bigger than
And
that.
I don't think it's
Right.
much bigger than this because when we came in here, we were like, this is really small.
kind of tight.
Sleep
Yeah.
is good. I'm not gonna lie, the sleep is good.
And that's the thing, like it's a small
I mean,
room,
the
but
sleep is real good.
So good.
For those who haven't been on
So
the
good.
cruise, man, like when you go inside your cabin and you cut off the lights and you shut that door, it's pitch black.
That sleep is great.
It's
It's
pitch
the
black.
best.
It's great.
I have not had.
It's the waking up
any
part,
sleep
and he's like, "Oh
on
my
a
god!"
cruise.
Right.
It almost makes the small room like.
No, there's nothing
Because-
official about the small
No,
room.
I'm.
There's nothing official about the small room.
I'm just saying
I
though,
can't
but it
lie.
almost does because it's like, come on, Matt. It's like first of all, the ship is moving.
Which I have to
So
get up
it's
and move
almost like
to
a
walk to the
rocking,
bathroom.
you know, like
all
a
that,
rocking
you know what I'm saying?
cradle lullaby.
Right. Yeah.
And it just rocks you to sleep.
Right.
And you're just, it's the
Mhm.
best sleep ever. Like,
Yep.
There's nothing official about the small room. I can't.
No.
so
I'm
you
not
would-
about to.
It's
So,
not
you
about the
were-
small room aspect. It's about the sleep aspect.
Yeah,
The
so
sleep is great.
So sleep aspect. Resort
I give it a 10
or
on
cruise?
sleep.
Resort or cruise sleep aspect. Because you've been sleeping a lot.
We get good sleep on the resort too,
You slept like 12 hours yesterday.
but we get good sleep on the resort too.
Yeah, but have you had better sleep on the resort than you have on the cruise? I
No.
say my cruise sleep has been better than any
No,
resort that I've been on.
no, but I mean, you kind of. I mean, no, I haven't, but I'm just saying though.
But the room is kind of claustrophobic. I feel
I'm not
like if
about
you're
to say
claustrophobic, you're gonna hate the room.
It
Because
is kind of tight.
Even if I move
Yes.
over, I'm knocking stuff over.
It is tight.
And my biggest pet peeve is knocking things over. I hate that.
It
So,
is, especially for being being a couple.
Mhm.
This is tight.
Yeah.
Like for like a single person, like they have the beds set up. It's two twin beds put together to make one bed, and they have it like that for when there's like two people that want to separate from each other, that's sharing a cabinet with each other.
like employees.
They can separate.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
They can separate the beds from each other, and you can have your own stuff.
So yeah, like Matt said, the employees, they literally have a roommate.
Right.
Yeah, I can
Like,
imagine.
could you imagine, like you?
Somebody,
Oh my goodness.
But the employees work 7 months straight.
and they
every
work
day.
long hours.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Um,
Is it worth it to work 7 months straight
No.
to have 5 months off
I feel like it's
Depending on what it
it
is.
depends because
for this? For this,
it depends.
like
Also depends on what.
Now,
your
if they work all day,
how your
not
customer
all
base
day
is.
long, not all day. Because I was talking to what's his name, Ragnarok.
Ragu. He said call him Ragu.
ragu,
Yeah.
Rag-
like the sauce.
I was talking to Ragu today when I seen him this morning at the when I seen him at the thing. I seen him at the thing and he was like, yeah, I work from here. Like he was at a coffee station
Okay.
and he was like, yeah, I work here from this time to this time and I have like a few hours break and then I work from 4 to 10 nonstop in the evening.
But I will say, like the customer service is so much
It's the best customer service I've ever got.
on the cruise. Like it's just amazing customer service.
Yeah.
Well, no, DR was good too.
Yeah, DR
okay.
was good too. DR was good too.
Jamaica was not so good. You could tell they didn't want to be there. They was like, what y'all want?
Yeah.
Mexico was like, you know, it was
It is.
alright. I feel like DR, Mexico, Jamaica in a row. And then the cruise line, top notch.
It's gonna be kind of like dealing with Chick-fil-A all day long.
They are the Chick-fil-A of everything. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. The cruise, like people, you just kind of want to put in your pocket and take with you because they're so sweet and nice.
Yeah.
They're so
Yeah,
nice.
it was good.
And some of them, it's like because you see them every day, especially for our table, our waiter and his assistant, Ryan and Ragu,
Ragu.
you kind of feel like they're genuinely nice people.
I feel that way.
I do.
But then again, you deal with a different culture too.
Yeah, this is
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
I mean, one
It
is
probably is.
Ryan is from Indonesia and Ragu's from India.
India, yeah.
Oh, is he do that must be the one with the glasses.
Ragu is
Ragu's with the glass.
Yeah, okay.
The one that's going to be hooking us up with the what's it called?
Solid chai.
Masala.
I don't know what that is.
It's
Like
just
a tea.
different.
It's like a tea.
Yeah,
And the way he described it was so delicious.
yeah.
I really
And I-
think it's in one of those packets. It's not.
But I like the fact
Dang.
that they give us a little bit of information on their culture,
Yeah.
you know, and they're happy to give that, you know.
Well, like I said, the last time I was on a real Royal Caribbean cruise, it's always good to have good good relationship kind of bonding thing with your waiter and your waitress when you're on a cruise, because you never know what they can hook you up with. Because like tonight was a perfect example. I was able to get a second lobster tail. Matt got a second steak. Andrea's been getting two lunch.
Andrea gets
I don't think that was anything special.
At some point, like Andrea gets two
but like for me getting that second lobster, like how many waiters would have just told you that information voluntarily?
Yeah,
Oh, like you just get it and give it to him.
Yeah, he was so nice about it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like the last one that I've been on, like because we were cool with our waitress.
They also want the 10 rating.
Huh?
They also want that 10 rating. They ask you like, rate from 1 to 10. What would you give me a 10?
Of course.
That survey.
Of course.
So they are working for the 10 as well
hard.
too.
Yes.
They handle
It
business.
is so crazy because like when we were in Jamaica, it was like you could tell they just did not want to be there.
They probably didn't care.
You know, at all. But I feel like Royal Caribbean, they really tried
That was
to make
great.
you have the best experience. Even just in all aspects, they try to make you have the best experience.
Only reason why I would even give it an 8 is because of my seasickness or the nauseous stuff.
But you never got the patch though. The patch that you put behind the wheel.
Yeah.
But that's because she got the pills.
I had got the pills, but I think it made me sleepy. Yeah.
Maybe if you would have got the patch, I wonder what the results would have been in that one.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the customer service is better on the cruise than
That was nice. It was a nice trip.
Although I do feel like when we were in DR, they had great customer service.
Yeah, we got a whole bottle.
I mean, our butler was like hunting us down. I was like, dude, we're on an excursion. Chill. Where are you guys at? I'm like, dude.
Yeah, he was wild a little bit.
And he made sure our bar was stacked. Like, he made sure we had everything. So I guess it depends on where you go. But so far, even like our housekeeping here, like we got to know our housekeeping here. It's the same person. We
he cool. He cool.
We talk to him when we leave and we see him, and he's so nice.
No, he definitely cool. He
Everybody's super nice.
Everybody.
Yeah, they cool, man. This is probably the best.
Especially to put up with so many different personalities. I'm sure not everybody.
I've seen people treat something like crap. I don't like that.
Well, you already know who that is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with that. That's not my style, but
yeah,
you know.
You already know who that is.
I always believe in treating everyone like equals.
Yeah.
Especially if they, you know.
And they do a lot of training and education to even do this. It's not like it's apply for jobs and work on for. No, it's something that
you gotta speak different languages.
Yeah.
You gotta do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot of training and education too.
Yeah, I agree.
And they take pride in that. So I feel like to respect, you know, the things that they've gone through to get here is important. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of them, they just send their money back home to their family too.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of them, that's what they're doing. I really wonder what they actually make.
Not
Because-
a lot.
Do they get like a lump sum at the end of their like stint? Or
That's
do
too
they
long
get
to wait
paid
for some
every,
money.
Yeah.
7
Do
months.
they get paid every like 2 weeks like a regular job?
I don't know if
they
it's
get
every
paid
2
to
weeks.
get paid to be on here like that.
Now,
I mean, you're stacking it, so I mean,
yeah.
but like you say, you're sending it back, so it's probably going to your account, and then your wife or something probably got access to the account.
Like in the military, you know, you're out in the military, you do your tour, and then you get paid, you know, I guess so many times a month, and it goes to you like your wife.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is not always good if your wife is spending all your money. When you get home, there's nothing there.
Don't go in this.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Listen, we gonna hit these. We gonna hit some of these things
I'm gonna get
later.
beat up the whole time.
You know what I'm saying?
me.
Okay, so that was customer service. We hit on food. And okay, so what about entertainment?
Oh,
You
cruises.
No, it was only one bad show. Well,
We didn't really hit on
no,
food.
no. I would say one okay show, like, you know,
We didn't
the
really
water
hit on
show,
food like that.
I just say this. The water show. I get it because the boat is doing this. You really hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Sliding around the water. So it's not like you on like level ground here. So it's like, it wasn't for me, really. It wasn't for me. I'd say.
You don't gotta be nice. I'm
feel
gonna say
like
it was disappointing.
no. I feel like the cruise ship.
I'm talking about the water show.
Hold on, for
specific.
somebody who
The
didn't
water
want
show.
pizza.
Nobody else is eating.
No, for somebody
Hey,
who
hold
didn't,
on.
yeah, for somebody who didn't want pizza.
I was sitting there looking at that
I
one. I was sitting
I had
there for
one.
sure you was
Yo.
gonna get that.
I had
Hey, hold
one.
on. You had two?
For the,
It was sitting
She
there.
sure
Oh, so now
did.
it's three.
Oh,
I only had 2
I
slices.
had one.
There was
You only
two.
had one?
Yeah, I only had one. It's all right.
Oh wow, the person who did you want pizza? Andre?
Do we need to run back?
No, it's all right. I ain't
No, we gonna get some more pizza. We gonna get a whole nother
tripping. It's
pizza.
free. I'm not
It
tripping.
is free, child. You know how many people down there getting free pizza for no
For me,
reason?
Right.
for me to just
Okay,
get
so
the-
let's stay on the food then for that. Yeah, for a cruise, you could wake up, what, until 3 o'clock it is?
Yeah, I think it's till 3.
Until 3 o'clock, you hit the pizza bar. Hit the pizza bar and you get as much pizza as you want.
And the cafe. The
Mhm.
cafe is open like 24 hours.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cafe.
If you want coffee or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
See, now, I will say about our all-inclusive dinner in the DR or food in the DR, I did not have not one dish where I felt like this was a good meal.
Oh, not at all.
Everything was like, yeah, we just settled. You know,
You come on the deer.
yeah, in the DR.
It was like it's edible. Let's just
yeah, let's just make it work.
You know, to be real, I don't even remember the food in the
Even-
deer. I can't lie.
even
I don't
our
know.
all inclusive in Jamaica, where I was so disappointed because I thought I was gonna get some real jerk chicken and stuff. It was so Americanized.
Oh, yeah.
So disappointing.
The
Mexico.
DR, I don't even remember.
That
what
was
it
so
was.
disappointing in Mexican food. We all know. I do
But
feel like
his Mexican food is not real Mexican food.
he
so
was asking everybody, "You got nachos?
Man,
You
whatever.
got nachos?
Hey,
That's an
You got
Americanized
nachos?"
dish.
I think we had like one good restaurant we went to in Mexico.
there was no restaurants.
So what is the best food that you guys have?
Probably
while
here.
traveling?
Oh, I'm about to say here. For me,
Amongst these two options,
Just
it's
in
been the
general.
cruise ship.
Okay, cruise ship.
It's been the cruise ship. Like,
I agree.
when I compared this experience with my last experience food was a little bit better.
Mhm.
But this experience, like tonight we had lobster tail.
Mhm.
I don't even think they sniffing at that on the menu for all inclusive joints.
no, all inclusive, they giving you nonsense. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting that here, so maybe my expectations was too high.
I had
But,
two
you
nights
know-
of lamb.
Ooh.
Two nights of lamb in my dish.
I feel like they have
Today,
so much
the reason-
more variety to
The
it.
reason why I was
Cruise
moving so
ship.
slow on the court because for lunch I had ribs. I had
Those
the thick
ribs are
mashed
really
potatoes. I had some
Mhm.
macaroni and
Mhm.
cheese.
You
So-
ate that macaroni and cheese?
Yeah.
Listen,
When I seen that macaroni and cheese, I was like,
excuse me for liking what I ate. All right, you know what I'm saying?
It was
Excuse
good.
me.
It was good.
It was fine. I didn't have a problem with it. Listen, man, like I ate the ribs with some extra sauce on it with the,
Those
the
ribs are
macaroni
really
cheese with
good.
the
Those pork
gravy.
ribs are really
Listen,
good.
you know what I'm saying? Then I had
No,
some
you
little
didn't
mac.
like them?
I'm with you on
And
everything
then I
else
had-
but that macaroni
Did you
and
try
cheese.
I'm not
pork
saying it's the
ribs?
greatest macaroni
You
cheese
didn't
I
like them?
ate, but I ate it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They were
And I was
good.
full, and I didn't know they was hooping.
That
So once I got
macaroni
out there,
cheese,
I
man.
could move. You know what I mean? It
That
was what it
macaroni and
was.
cheese
It
looking
didn't
like
even
some.
look good.
But
it sure did.
overall-
like it was.
Listen,
And the baked beans was terrible too. I had
Oh, I
tried
ain't
the
even
baked
touched
beans today.
those.
I'm not a
and
bean.
They
guy,
look
so-
gross.
They look like pork and beans, really.
That's
but they
Listen.
they wasn't even fire like them. Like man,
right,
they
because I'm
was-
like, don't sleep on pork and beans.
no, not at all. Like them
Because
no
you cut
flavor,
some hot dogs up.
No
Child, you get some good pork
flavor
and beans,
at
some hot
all.
dogs.
no
Listen.
flavor at all in them.
But I will
so-called
say-
baked beans.
Overall, the cruise ship food, more variety, and it was better.
Yeah.
Listen, man, don't knock what I eat.
And I like the dining experience. They give you a real dining
I
experience. Even
stayed
if the
and
food is
roasted on
mid,
this doggone
they
podcast.
give the
That's
overall
crazy.
dining experience is good.
You had that good salmon,
It was
that
really
crusted
good.
salmon.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. See,
It
and
was
then
perfect. It was nice
y'all
and
had
thick.
steaks tonight. Y'all
How
had
was
two
the steaks, you guys?
I don't think it was.
Oh, you like the steak? So you like what I like? That's surprising. You know what I mean? Like
How did
that's
you
shocking.
like?
You know what I mean?
How
Huh?
did you like the shrimp cocktail?
He asked for two of them.
Obviously, he loved it.
He asked for two of them. He was like, "Let me get another
Everybody
one."
acts surprised because I got some shrimp cocktail.
Because you never eat shrimp.
You can't blame us for that, man. Everything that you presented to us from this point is like
And you didn't even know
why?
what it was.
Hmm?
You didn't even know what it was. You were like, you know how to make this? Like it was a
Right, like you can't go to
special
the
dish.
Kroger and get you shrimp cocktail already like made and ready to go.
I can't ask a question.
I mean, you gotta answer though.
We say the same thing.
Okay, so the food we all agree is better on the cruise ship.
Yeah, it's better on the cruise ship.
We're not saying dessert though.
Dessert's not.
The
That
dessert
dessert was trash.
at the diner, like for dinner, has been better for me.
I only ate chocolate ice cream.
Kinda.
Well, I ate that.
We didn't really eat dessert at the all.
That warm no, the warm
Yeah, 'cause it was
apple
gross.
cobbler and the blueberry
The
cobbler.
The
was
blueberry cobbler was very
good.
delicious.
Yeah, that and the warm apple cobbler was it the apple cobbler?
I feel like it wasn't that warm,
Well, I mean,
but the blueberry cobbler hit.
yeah.
And the chocolate, I actually really like the chocolate cake, although it was more like chocolate ganache.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't malted at all.
How was that baked the last?
They lied, but it was good. I have
got
never
the ice
tasted
cream
any
and cookies.
dessert.
That was consistent.
Yes, I've never tasted any dessert in all inclusive that was good. They were all trash.
No, I ate that one
They're all
chocolate
trash.
thing.
It's like what Matt
Oh,
said
man.
earlier. He said he can't remember nothing about the food on the all inclusive
I remember the
DR.
food, but I don't remember the dessert.
It was so.
I don't
gross.
remember even nothing about the food. What was
DR?
it about the food?
No, I don't remember none of that
Nothing.
stuff.
There
No,
was
you know,
nothing.
we did go to that. I guess you want to say bar.
The
You got
only
the wings
food,
and fries, I guess.
Yeah,
That
the
junk
only
was
food.
like-
The so-called buffalo, where they just sprinkle the buffalo sauce on
You
top
said
of it.
sprinkle it.
No,
He right about that though.
They did.
I remember that. That was where we were shooting pool and whatnot. I mean, look, the only advantage to being on an all inclusive when it came to like,
the only thing is drinks.
yeah,
You drink as many as, because even if it's watered down, you drink as many as you want before you start.
that and the ability to do excursions at different times of the day.
No, excursions.
Uh-oh.
They don't like. Well,
Um,
somebody. Doesn't
Yeah, I'll
like
say
it.
Matt does not.
No,
prefer
no, don't do this to me. Like, listen, this is the
I'm
thing.
not right.
Listen.
You
if-
say
if
all this
there's-
stuff and complain and be like, don't target me.
No, if the activity says, oh, we about to do this,
He's
Okay,
expecting
cool.
only that.
I don't expect to go swimming. I don't expect to go skydiving. I don't expect to do any of this
First
other
of all,
stuff
we've never
before we
gone
get there.
skydiving.
I just want to just go to the what was said. That's it.
You don't
What's
even
wrong
wanna-
with that?
You don't even want to go to what was said.
I do.
No, you don't.
If I sign up for ATVs, I want to do ATVs.
First off, riding that what?
Didn't
What was
you
it? A
do
donkey
ATVs?
or
yeah, but
or a
what did we
horse?
do before we got there?
Riding that donkey or that horse? What was that like? That was a complete surprise.
I got a
Watching.
donkey. Matt got a horse, and I was like, "How he get a horse and I get a donkey?"
And then the folks is like asking you for tips.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but
one guy was
those
sneaking,
was-
whispering in my ear to give him $25,
Yo,
and
listen,
I'm like,
We
I
was on
pretended
that
like I
from
didn't know who he was
sun up
talking
to
about.
sundown.
Did you guys have that
For one
situation
The
where
dude
they
that
were
was
like
with
asking
me,
you for a
he
particular amount?
was asking me if we was gonna give him a tip. I'm like, yeah, we gonna give
They
y'all a
just
tip.
asked for a tip. They didn't ask for a tip.
No,
Well, no, he
you for
asked
amount.
he asked me. I remember it like it was yesterday. He asked me how much we was gonna plan on giving him, and I was like, well, we gonna give you a good tip, bro. Don't worry about it. He was like, well, yeah, like 20 is better, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Now, to be fair, the excursion we went on here, they had no choice but to bring us back because the boat was going to leave. So they had to bring us back.
They bring you back on any excursion you're on.
Did you have?
Is that true?
yeah.
Hold on, which excursion, Matt?
How long did it take for them to come?
Matt, which excursion was the best for you?
What?
Yeah, what was your favorite excursion?
He didn't get out the boat on this one, so why would you like?
I never got out the boat.
Outside of eating lunch, he didn't get out the boat.
I was chilling. But that's how I knew you can get the full.
The rum punch and the straight rum and stuff.
Because they got me buzzed.
You was
They
bush, child.
Them two? Yeah.
Hey, look, man. All I'm gonna say is on this snorkeling trip, I seen the stingray and the eel. That made my day.
I feel like this
that made
was
my trip.
a really good snorkeling trip because of the crew. Like
It was cool.
I was like, "Can I have the rum punch without the punch?" And he just like gave me the whole bottle of like alcohol.
Yeah.
They were super cool.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool, but yeah, I was like, yeah. So, you ain't in the water? I'm like, nah. He like, yeah.
They didn't either.
They're like, well, Well, you know, they need a friend to watch the stuff anyway. You know what I'm saying? You want them to drink? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was chilling. And the one lady didn't get out either. So I wasn't the only one on the boat here.
So you were just drinking it up, huh?
Yeah. I drank like 7 cups of rum.
But they didn't get out the water either. I mean, they didn't
the
get
one
out the
dude
boat
did, the skinny one. He was
When did
jumping
he
all
do
up in
that?
the water and stuff.
He was.
That was only at lunch. When everybody was out.
Oh. Well, I mean,
You know, because all the other excursions that I've done.
the only part I wasn't feeling was walking through the neighborhood barefoot. If I could just get my swimsuit, that was cool.
And then also, I feel like everybody who was on the excursion with us this time on the boat was super cool.
After the end, towards
Yeah,
the
they
end,
had
when
got
nobody
some, as soon
said
as
it,
they
nobody.
got some liquor in them, they was running their mouth
They
as soon as they got some liquor on them. Everybody was talking. We was all united as one front.
After the alcohol started.
But that's
No, I don't know, because the
But
Michigan
that's
guy
when we
was kind of
found
cool
out
from the
that them
beginning.
folks, they stayed in Michigan too.
Yeah, I feel like the Michigan guy was cool from the beginning.
He was
He
like, oh,
talked, but like the conversation stopped, you know, after a while. But when
Everybody
the
kind of
drinks
once the drinks
Once
came,
y'all
everybody
started
was
talking
on
about the
this
Lions and the Vikings, then it got
Oh,
switched.
yeah.
we got Lions, Vikings, and Packers out of that whole.
Yeah, I was
That
terrible.
was a really
Yeah, I
good
mean,
That was a crazy
That
situation to
combo.
fall
You know
into.
what I'm saying?
You know, you got all three divisions. The only thing that was missing was Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I was a bad combo. You know what I'm saying?
That could have went left real fast.
No, about the country, you gonna stick together out the country.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once you get,
No, but
On
I'm
US
talking
soil.
about the trash talk aspect. It could have went left real
well, he
fast.
did say something about 400 years. Didn't you hear what you said?
No, that was the dude on this boat.
Oh shit, y'all ain't won under 400 years.
Yeah. That was dude on this boat. The dude that lived in Chicago that's a Packers fan.
You live in Chicago, but you a Packers fan. Makes no sense.
Yeah, but anyway.
You know what I mean? But whatever.
All right, so what about entertainment?
Look, the night show was cold.
That was
To
so
me.
cool.
That was cold.
The
And,
night show.
yeah, I mean the cruise just has more entertainment,
You know.
better entertainment than a resort.
We had down the road we had the water show, which not for me. The second show was the
Can
comedy
you
y'all
explain
left.
the water show a little bit?
It wasn't. Listen, man, they was doing the same stuff, sliding, ninja moves, and jumping in the water. That's it. They didn't do anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna lie?
No, the one lady, she was up high and she was twirling
Andrea.
and doing her.
She was wrapped on something that just spin you around. She wasn't doing that, man. Like when I seen that, I was thinking of Circus Soleil. They doing all that manually. They wasn't wrapped around nothing.
And
that
they
spin
did the little rope things and they were jumping.
That was alright.
alright.
That was alright. But they kept doing the same moves too on that, right?
Can you do that?
It was button mashing.
Can you do that?
I'm not saying I can.
Okay.
I'm not saying I can. I'm not saying I can.
That was the only part of the show where I was like,
But
yeah, I probably
You,
can do that.
but listen, can you sing?
No.
You know a bad singer when you hear one, don't you?
Okay, what's your point?
All right then. So if you hear singers like,
And they were jumping from like, what, 20, 30 feet high?
ooh, what was the moves, Josh? What was the moves you seen?
that was my point.
What was the moves?
They wasn't
What was the
flipping
moves?
or nothing like that.
What was the moves? What was the moves you seen?
They were flipping and jumping from that high.
How many flips? Cause I seen straight dives. I seen.
Hey, Lewis, watch out
They
for
were
that
jumping.
spider. You might want to stand up.
They were jumping
I'm
backwards.
not afraid of spiders. I actually kind of like spiders. So I want a tarantula for the pet.
They were jumping backwards.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah,
that.
he told me I can't have one.
How many things I gotta live with that's alive? How many things I live with?
I wanted to like crawl on my hand, and I wanted to be like blue or red, and I wanted to be my pet.
Right. How many things? How many creatures I gotta live with?
And
You
I
know?
want to be able to pet it and like let it walk around the house and stuff.
Hmm.
Whatever.
You saying that like this is normal, like you know, like how many folks have you came across in life that have a pet spider?
Nah, my brother had a snake. That's about it.
I would love a pet spider.
I'm not saying that you can't have one,
No, Matt said I can't.
but like, whoo, all right, that went in the direction that I didn't think it was going to go.
Listen,
But anyway.
the water show not my thing.
Why wasn't the water show?
It just wasn't my thing. I said
Like, is it all
Because
women?
it was for daughters.
it wasn't about. I
That's
never
what Josh
said
kept
no.
saying. I knew something was wrong
No.
with it.
What
because
did I
it was
say?
for
No, hold
daughters.
on, no. Don't put that on my jet. What did I say?
I said Josh.
Women are usually better at than dudes at gymnastics. I was expecting to see all type of flips, twirls, all type of jumping through the. I thought it was instead I seen.
They looked like they was just jumping in the pool.
I seen Mortal Kombat pre-fight moves. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, before the fight start. You know what I mean? That's all I seen. And you know that's what you seen. Tekken before the fight start. That's what I seen. Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal
Flipping
Kombat.
around the sword
That's what I
stick.
seen. I did not see, because I thought I was going to see Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil, I seen that, and it was girls in Cirque du Soleil flipping and
like
swirling
I
all over the
said,
place.
the last Royal Caribbean cruise that I went on, that aqua show was dope, and it was.
Maybe if we had went to another one, our opinion could be different.
Who?
Maybe if we had went to another one.
Aqua show?
It was the same show,
How do you know?
because that's what the schedule said.
No, it didn't.
It was them?
That's what the guy said. The guy told me, "Yo, yeah, we got this one tonight, then we got this one again on Wednesday."
Then the comedy show, we went to that. I like the comedy show. I know y'all dipped, so.
The first dude was like, a lot of his stuff was unnecessary. So.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was not that good.
So the second guy, I've seen him before on actual TV, so he kept it themed around the boat and stuff, so that was pretty good. Then I thought the knife show was dope.
When's the ice show tomorrow?
You might want to stand up.
Is the ice show tomorrow?
I think so, but we don't have anything reserved. Everything's sold out, so
They still doing shows tomorrow?
we'll have to like stand
When we
in
get
line
back on the
and get some
boat.
reservations.
I thought the whole thing was What are you doing?
I mean, there's 3 other people here, okay?
She be talking such a big game.
All right. I think the other thing that gives the cruises the nod is that you see multiple destinations on one trip. Whereas with the all-inclusive, you're just committing to one destination.
But you can't explore even
Yeah,
if you go to multiple destinations.
you gotta worry about getting back to the boat. See, that's the only issue.
I want to be at the boat 2 hours early. So
No, see, I don't
Just
want to get
because
left.
I don't want to get left on the island doesn't mean that I don't want to see the island.
Yeah.
And look, we all got off the boat, was at St. Thomas, and we was like,
I think
all we see is jewelry stores.
I seen 90% of the people actually getting back 2 hours early. To be honest,
For
we were the
real.
only
But that
folks
was
on that
St.
tip.
Thomas. That wasn't St. Martin.
That was where we did the excursion at.
Yeah.
And most of them, the boat was back. By
When
the
we got
time
to
we-
the boat of St. Martin?
Yes, you ain't. Most of the boat wasn't back.
I
don't
didn't
know about
pay
that.
attention to that part.
There was a lot of people checking in.
It's gonna be like, I don't know what it's gonna be like.
But
I mean,
also, if you don't have an excursion planned, there's not much for you to do except for the beach. Because
Or take a
how
taxi
far
to
can
town.
you really go?
take a taxi to town. I mean, St. Thomas is a small island. The dude was like, "Yeah, you can't get lost here." And he was talking about how you see the same people over and over.
Yeah.
So
Man.
Destinations wise, I'd rather be in an all-inclusive.
Yeah, for me personally, I think all inclusive is just because it's just more.
just because you can have the freedom to be on an excursion and get back late at all times or whatever, whatnot.
Yeah, it's like it's more so.
He just gave up.
It's more so on the loose. I'm not about to sit here and have a storm in the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
But it's more so listen, if you have more time to explore, that's different. But do you have more time to explore when you on them long month cruises?
I don't know. I've never been on one. I can't tell you.
Do you
I've
know?
never been on one, but I would say you would.
It
would make sense.
It would make sense. You probably got a day or something.
I would think so.
But if you only doing
But who wants to be on a cruise ship for a month?
some people do it. There was some lady who was talking to at the pizza spot. She says that she was on a cruise for 3 weeks. Then week off, going on another one for another 3 weeks. But they was old though.
How can you do that, though? How can you do that? Like, eventually, I want to pull up to my driveway. You know
Well, I'm out ready to go, just only because of the nauseous stuff in the small room.
Mm-hmm.
The trip code is just this whole.
The rocking thing, you're not a fan of.
That's the only. But I have no complaints for real. It's just this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a slow rock. It's like I can deal with being on a fast boat, hitting hard waves, but when you just doing this constantly, all day, and it messed with me a little bit. I don't know why. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. Like, when it comes to our personal entertainment, we like to play basketball. We like to hoop. And how many times did basketball get shut down because of the wind?
Well, the weather was bad all night.
Up. You can't wake up and say you're up.
The weather was bad every night. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice in the daytime, but once it started hitting like 6, then the wind started blowing, then.
And then the dodgeball tournament. Look, y'all. Stop using these phones.
Well, it was. I guess the guy was saying because the old people and the kids,
they shouldn't be playing anyway.
That's what the dude told me.
Not with adults.
He like, look,
they shouldn't be playing with adults.
They don't want headshots. They don't want you clocking old.
You can save that for the kids and the elderly.
I don't believe you should ever aim for the head.
That's what they do in dodgeball.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's what you do. Everything is.
You're not getting paid for this. Don't aim for that.
I'm just saying, like, if you listen, that's like boxing. Not you can't hit me in the face.
Aren't they getting paid for that?
No, not all the time. Amateurs don't get paid.
That's their fault.
Look, dodgeball, everything is available. You know what I'm saying? Getting hit in the head ain't gonna kill you.
It might.
It
can give you an aneurysm when you die.
With a dodgeball?
When have you heard of that? When have you heard of that?
Huh? You researched
You the one that said it.
You researched
You the one that said it. Yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly. You can't just be like, oh, have you seen somebody that got... No, you the one that said it.
It's not like a baseball or something like that. What's the dodgeball?
Did you see how fast that guy was? He was trying to throw the ball with all his might.
Because it's foam. Because it's foam.
It's
foam. Even if it hit him, it wouldn't have did nothing.
Threw out my shoulder trying to throw that thing.
If you would have hit somebody, it would have did nothing.
Yeah, but if we would have had the rubber joints,
you wouldn't even have to throw it like that.
You wouldn't have to throw it. They can. They go.
Nah, listen. People that got hit in the head with basketball.
It just is what it is.
That's
you gotta,
still not good.
But you know what you can do to prevent yourself from getting hit in the head? Duck. You can duck. You can lean to the left. You can lean to the.
Somebody slipping, they don't know what's coming.
The whole point of dodgeball is dodge the ball. Dodge the ball.
But the whole point is getting somebody out, so you catch somebody slipping while you hit them.
It's not always catching somebody slipping. You know how many times you can get somebody out when they see you coming for them and they just can't catch the ball or they can't move out the way?
You telegraph the throw. See, if you look them in the eyes and you might hit them in the leg or something.
Maybe their reflexes are not that great.
Is that supposed to be the thrower's problem?
Aim for the head. No, just like in football, they have all this equipment. Don't they get a penalty for aiming with your head?
Now they do.
That's only for certain situations, okay? Because a ball carrier that's running, they don't get that same protection. They only give that to like players that can't defend themselves and quarterbacks.
It don't matter if you agree.
It is what it is. Okay?
You agree, it don't mean nothing. Okay? Hey, it's just what it is. If you step in the gymnasium or whatever the case is for dodgeball, you do understand all limbs is available. You know what I'm saying, to get hit.
It's not like you don't understand what can happen to you.
Your head should not be fair game.
Why?
Because it's your head.
You
It's
see
your
that video of my man?
You know how much
You see
blood
my
is
video?
flowing through there?
Them little foam balls that they had available.
Somebody should kill you.
Them little
No,
foam
they
balls
can't.
is
No,
not.
they can't. Not with
They
the
hit you in
balls.
the right
It's
spot.
impossible.
Them little
It's
foam
impossible.
balls. Them little foam balls that they was giving us to play dodgeball with. That wasn't capable of sending nobody to first aid.
No, even the kickballs that they use, those little plastic old school balls they
Right.
use in the gym, you cannot. I don't care how fast you throw it. Only thing you is gonna get you might hit a little nosebleed if you hit you in the nose or something, or you gonna have a little stinger.
Bleeding.
Okay, that happens.
So that can happen in your brain.
Not with a dodgeball.
You just said it can
A
cause
nosebleed,
bleeding.
a nosebleed. Not.
So why couldn't it happen in your brain? If it happens in your nose.
It's a plastic ball. This is not a
So
baseball.
you just caused the same injury in your nose that you could cause in your brain.
Dude, Josh, please help me. Josh,
I don't.
If you were right, you wouldn't need help.
no, please. Josh, please explain this to her, dog.
No. That
You
is
can-
not the case.
You can thump somebody in the nose and they nosebleed. Your nose can bleed because it's hot. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean
Yeah.
you can thump
know-
a nose and it bleeds.
You know.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to hit a nose very hard for it to bleed. Josh, please.
That's bad reasoning right there. That is
You're
bad
begging
reasoning.
for help.
Josh.
That is bad reasoning. Oh, my nose bleeds. That means it's dangerous. No, that's bad reasoning.
You're not gonna die if you get hit in the temple with a dodgeball.
You could.
You're not. No.
You
No.
could.
Do you have any evidence to prove this?
Yeah, Google it.
This is not a
Oh, yeah.
fist.
Oh wait, you don't have the internet package, so you can't Google it.
Oh God.
Okay, so at least that puts us back on subject. So with the cruises, you got fees for everything.
Yeah.
Fees for the internet.
Surprised you don't got fees for flushing the toilet.
No, but if you want something other than the water or the apple juice or the, if you want Coke or any soda, you got to pay extra for that. On
Yeah.
top of the money that you already paid.
That's the only thing that I have it. The fees is just like a dog. Like
Fee for everything.
that's why I give it an 8.
They got an arcade, but you can't play nothing unless you're willing to pay.
Them games I wasn't even trying to play. I mean, the only one that interested was the Mario Kart. I didn't even know Mario Kart had an arcade game. But that's what it is, dog. Like
What other category did you say that you was on?
We said drinks. Did we already talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
Food and entertainment. That was
the cruise to me is dope. I like the trip. My only issue is the fees and me getting sick. That's it. But outside of that, it was dope.
So if you had to pick one over the other for the next trip, would you rather do an all-inclusive or another cruise?
If I can afford all-inclusive on a trip, on a cruise, I'd rather do an all-inclusive resort because I don't like to feel dizzy. It feel like a buzz, but not a good buzz. Like I'm always dizzy.
Mm-hmm.
That's uncomfortable.
I mean, because we supposed to be planning another cruise to Alaska, so
Yeah, but that's in the States, isn't it? How long is that cruise?
7.
it could be 7 days again.
Ain't that a cold cruise? You need cold, don't you?
Not when you go during the. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Fine.
when you go during the
so
summertime, you might need like long sleeves. And
Now this is ice and icebergs and all that involved, right? So it's a risk of hitting the iceberg and it just whoop.
I mean, I guess there could always be a risk.
But that's the whole point. Why you taking an Alaskan cruise in the summertime when all of the stuff has melted down.
Yeah.
Melted down.
We have a Titanic situation.
It's always a risk.
I'm not saying I'm gonna get on it. I just know the risk.
Oh, so you're not going?
I didn't say I wasn't going.
You just said.
I never said I wasn't gonna get on it. That's what I said.
That's what you just said.
I just said I never said I wasn't going to get on it. That's what I said. I just want to know what I'm dealing with. I want to know what I'm dealing with. That's all.
Oh, you funny. Oh boy.
You said we're trying to take relatives, right? parents and all.
Supposedly.
Parents and all that.
I wasn't part of that agreement.
See, because at that point, if parents is involved,
You killing my Jordan.
I'm on the other side of the ship. I'm going, but I'm over there somewhere.
Well, the thing about cruises is you don't have to be with. You know
how parents is. We ain't gonna do. You know how parents is. You know this.
Where y'all
Everybody's
going?
parents.
Where y'all going?
Hey, you know what
Y'all
I'm
was
saying?
going to ask us if we wanted to come?
This is a universal thing here. So I'm gonna be somewhere over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't find me. Where I'm at? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's gonna be like a dinner night with parents.
How come you ain't tell us that's what you was doing
Do
today?
your parents ever irritate you? Tell the truth. All right. Your parents ever irritate you? All right, cool. You just seen I was doing a show and it got cut off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so
Well, if you didn't have the internet package, you wouldn't have gotten cut off.
the whole point is I shouldn't have got called. That's just
Boy,
the
look.
whole point. So either way it goes, you know, if the parents, that's cool.
That is another thing that I like about the cruise, boy. That, man, look. The time you get on the cruise, if you don't pay for all that extra stuff and you just let it be what it is, can't nobody get a hold of you even if they want to.
That's what I was telling Luisha when we just came up here. Like, if you lived on this, nobody can just pop up. Right? Because if you lived on a ship and all that, you don't have to be involved in certain drama. They can't reach you.
Right.
At all. They can't pop up. They can't just, none of that. I'm over here in the ocean. I can do it all, you know what I'm saying? You can't wrap me up in nothing, you know what I mean? So
Right.
that's the positive.
Right.
The risk is this. You felt that vibration? That could have been anything. You know what I'm saying? You might hear someone on the intercom like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, listen, you know what I mean? Like, you just, am I lying? But I'm on it though, ain't I? See, so that proves, I proved my quote. I'm with all things.
What?
I'm in the middle of the freaking ocean.
You wanted to come.
I'm with it.
You
That's the
chose
proof.
to come.
That's
What are
the
you
proof.
talking
I wasn't
about?
gonna reject it. I proved. I came with the truth,
Chose to
and we in the
come.
middle of the ocean. So if it go left, I'm out here.
That happens with anything you choose to do.
Exactly.
With
Planes.
your job.
My job?
Yes.
The biggest problem I have with my
You're
job.
on the road, so something happens.
Let's fingers crossed. My problem is hurting somebody else, and I go to prison. They gonna be messed up just for me at the end of the day.
I mean, somebody could cause an accident to you, and you could be gone.
I'm the guy that gets in trouble off rip. They look at me. Like, you don't know. Even if there's an idiot swerving around on the road, they look at me first. I'm the one that, you know what I'm saying? So that's,
Because you
I-
drive the truck.
I don't drive in peace. I'm looked at as a babysitter on the freeway. That's literally what the police look at me as. So you wasn't supposed to see people behind you and all that doing all, you wasn't supposed to see all that. That's how they look at you. You supposed to have spider eyes, 8 eyes. That's how they look at you. You know what I mean? So yeah, it sound good, but if somebody hit me, I still get investigated. You know what I'm saying? So
I can see that.
so it really doesn't matter. I have no peace. That's why you see truck drivers angry all the time, because they deal with a whole nother stress than when people who can drive willy-nilly on the freeway with phones in their hands and have no punishment. You know what I'm saying? If they get in trouble, their whole job gone because of somebody else. So I mean, you know, well, either way it goes, I'm out here on the ocean.
Yeah, you're
Sharks,
here. You're here.
orcas, squids, what else out
Which
here?
we have seen nothing of.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. But you said y'all seen some dolphins.
We saw dolphins.
Right.
Harmless creatures.
Dolphins harmless?
Have they ever killed a human?
I'm not aware of that. I have no knowledge of that.
But orcas, which are the killer whales, they've never killed a human.
No.
No, it's true.
Have you seen SeaWorld? That's that documentary?
Orcas in the wild.
Oh. Well. Listen. I don't want to be stuck in the middle of the ocean. So, you know, I risk
Nobody
it.
does.
You know what I mean? So we out here. We out here. I'm representing, you know what I mean? To prove it wrong that I can do it. And I ate shrimp like y'all thought I would.
You chose that. Nobody forced you. Nobody said eat this. You chose.
Y'all was looking at
what
this
you
like,
ate.
yo, you ate shrimp? Oh, what's wrong with you?
Based on everything that you've done up to this point, that was a curveball right there. That was a curve. Because we was expecting Caesar salad with no croutons. But he ended
Which
up
is
getting...
what you got.
Yeah, that's what I got. We was expecting Caesar salad with no croutons, but then you changed it up on it. Yeah, let me get them shrimps. And then you doubled down on it. Let me get another order of this. You doubled down on it.
Hey, listen, I can switch it up sometimes.
And even today with the well, no.
Hey man, stop showing you all in like my joint. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like this is like you gotta relax, man. Like,
The last 10
I don't
minutes.
even know if y'all heard that. She ain't last 5 seconds. Look
man,
at her.
but all gas though. All gas. I tell y'all, all gas. Finally paying attention.
That's why I said you can't get her on a couch or in the bed. She
Talk
has-
greasy, you know what I'm saying, and be sleep. You know what I mean?
We gotta do it earlier too. Like we didn't start recording until
Yeah, but we shouldn't have no time limit on vacation.
on vacation. You right.
There should be no time limit. It
And
should
we was
pop up
talking.
anytime.
Like, I was sitting here. I was saying to myself, I was like, look, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work because I was saying, what time is it right now? We gotta eat dinner. Then you wanna go to the jacuzzi. Then you wanna get twisted. Then you wanna do.
Well, the water do make you kind of sleepy because after I got out that once I laid down after the.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just
man.
saying the order of operations. The order of operations. Like it's like, was we thinking about it?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, we gotta keep it organic. It is what it is. Hey, look, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Is there anything else that we can talk about as far as the cruise ship versus the?
I mean, look, unless you, I feel more secure on the resort. Well, no, they both equally dangerous. Well,
You're on land.
the land, I don't feel sick. Now, Jamaica, I was the most sickest in Jamaica. Like, I don't know why. You know what I mean? I felt like I had a head cold the whole time. I never felt that before. I didn't get better until as soon as I touched down back in the States, I was straight. Over there, I was sick the entire time. I don't know why. I don't know why.
That's interesting.
Maybe the heat was that serious. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but
When did y'all go to Jamaica? Was it in the summertime?
it was hot. Was it this summer? No, I don't think so. I think it was in chilly. I think it was around the fall or something. But it was a complete.
So it was very humid because it was hurricanes.
Yeah, then they had a different air conditioner. The vents was mad open too, like,
Oh, that's probably what it was.
you know what I'm saying? So I had me mad sick, but
Do we need to continue this tomorrow?
folks be friends. That's all
But
it
you
is.
know this.
Folks be friends, man. They talk crazy. They be talking all good. Man, you be talking about you want to do the show with me sleep, man. That'd be crazy, man. Like, had me
What you
setting it
dreaming
up.
about?
Had me setting it up. You all gas, man. All gas, man.
Y'all haven't heard her voice in how many?
All gas. How many times have we done this show with just the three of us?
It ends up turning into that. Look, she already going again, like going with the wind. Like she
All gas, man.
we.
You
That's enough evidence. We gotta start early.
So you wanna continue this joint tomorrow?
If they up for it. Because I know tomorrow we gotta pack and be out of our rooms at what you say.
I'm
8
already
o'clock?
packed.
Okay, cool. So I'm pretty much already ready.
Yeah, I only need 1 hour and I'm straight. I'm gonna have all this ready to go. I don't know why they put the heavy tag on my stuff.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't heavy. You know what I'm saying?
But you can snap that off.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but all right. But yeah, that's that. We got another subject for y'all tomorrow.
Right. Where I get beat up on punching back style. The normal.
You don't beat up.
The
You
normal.
make your own case.
The normal.
You do that to yourself.
It's okay. It's okay. I got thick skin.
You don't want folks working because you don't want them benefiting from your money.
First of all, that's not the case.
That's not what he said.
said.
That's not what he said.
That's what she
the
said.
case.
That is not what he said.
That
That's
is
what he
not the
said.
case.
You're not gonna be sitting around here doing nothing. What are your goals? What are you doing for your
I
life?
think those are legit questions, man. Like, you know what I mean? I've never said that, oh yeah, you know, I'll never take care of my woman. I've offered. This is the thing. I'm like, I go road. I don't want my husband on the road. Okay, I'll go regional. I don't want my husband regional. Dog, like, what do you want me to do? The only way I'm gonna make that type of dough in my industry is doing that. That's the only way.
But
It's
you'd
literally
still
facts.
expect her to work.
Listen, I'm not about to be. Listen, I know. Listen. I have no. Now I've had children. That's a whole nother.
We already said you don't
Situation.
have children.
Yeah. So what is the excuse? There's no excuse. If I got little ones running around.
Listen, save that for tomorrow. Save that for tomorrow when
If I got little ones and I still have itinerary for that, because if I have kids, there's tapes they gotta watch.
Tapes.
Yes, training tapes. You know what I mean? I told my mother this and everything. You know what I'm saying?
What if you have a girl?
You got Candace Parker out here, Aja Wilson. You know what I'm saying? You got all type of chicks that you
don't
watch.
want to play school.
And that's fine. You don't gotta do that.
Obviously, it's not fun.
It is fine because I can't choose that.
You're
But-
forcing that.
No, I'm not forcing
Yes,
anything.
you are.
See, when you get someone that's young,
Forcing.
no. Because Gigi wasn't forced.
How do you
Kobe's
know?
other daughter wasn't forced. Huh?
How do you know? Did you grow up in her house?
No.
Okay. How do you know they weren't?
Naturally, when kids are close to their parents, they like to emulate the parent.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
y'all making y'all cases for tomorrow's show.
I'm all just a preview. I'm all in the grill with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be all in my kids' face with it. You know what I'm saying? So
just so y'all know, the subject for tomorrow is going to be like stay-at-home spouses. The pros and cons. Would you do it? Would you allow your wife to?
I have an itinerary. I have a plan. So that plan will not be screwed up just because I'm at work. So therefore, the thing is,
Also, you want your wife to implement this plan.
yes. So therefore,
What if she's working?
If
She
my
doesn't
kid
have
is-
time to implement
if my
this
kid is
plan?
not slow, disabled, or anything, there's footage they gotta watch. I'm checking in on that. I'm all in. You know what I'm saying?
If
This
your
is what
wife
it
is working, what you want her to do,
if she's staying
she
at
doesn't
home
have
with the
time
kids,
to
no.
implement this
Didn't-
plan.
I said if she's staying at home with the kids. There's
So
a,
you want her to stay at home to fit your agenda.
am I not paying the lights and everything else? You know what I'm saying? Is this not my kid here? Like I'm just saying, what? Oh, I just go hand over the check and just whatever. Here you go. You know what I mean? My say don't means nothing, right? No, my say don't mean something. Like
You
you know.
literally want your wife to do what you say.
No, that's not the case. No,
Yes, it is.
that's not the case.
That's what you're saying.
This is like, especially if it's a boy. No, listen, I gotta raise this cat. You know what I mean? So therefore, this is the thing. Especially if the doctor tell me, oh, he got 6'5". There's no way you run around 6'5" in my house and not doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's no. As long as I'm alive, that's not happening. Especially if I'm paying for everything around here.
What if he's into art,
That's fine.
but he has no interest in sports?
Listen, that's not possible. Listen, you
How
all
is
world.
that possible?
In my house, dog. Look,
How is that
listen, I'm
not
sorry. In my house, you all world in my crib, dog.
So
Now, when you
tell
leave,
your
when
child
you-
what to do, what he's gonna become. What if he sucks?
that's impossible in my house. You know what I mean?
It's not impossible.
Listen, no, that's impossible in my house. You know what I mean?
It's not impossible.
No, you gotta be. Listen, I don't see anything unless you listen. There's no way.
He can
if
have a non-sports bone in his body.
No, that's not possible if I'm in my house. That's not, listen, my whole focus, listen, I'm like LeVar Ball, I understand him on a whole other level. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You won't, listen, in my house, I gotta go out here and work hard and deal with all these clowns all day. Listen, I'm fun. Listen, you get a free ride here.
He's your child.
Exactly.
You're supposed to take care of him.
Exactly, and you supposed to succeed out my house.
Not a bonus.
Listen, I'm not taking care of you when you're 21. You gonna have some ability.
Nobody said that.
In my house, you're gonna have an ability.
He can have completely different interests could prolong his career.
That's fine.
Just because it's not what you want him to do, doesn't mean he failed at life.
Your spouse is not up to have a say.
She's agreeing.
She'd be quiet anyway.
If you 6'6", 6'7" in my house, there is absolutely no way. There's no dog. No, you are blessed with some different. You're not looking at your blessing here. You know what I'm saying? That's not happening. Not in my house. That's not happening in my house, man. No, it's not. Not in my. Listen, I can't listen.
So pretty much, your child is
going
to be
6'7" artists.
Listen,
musicians.
Listen. If you come in, listen. There's things you got to do. Like if my
authors.
See, I respect. If my kid came to me like, yo, I'm cold, and I seen something, okay, cool. But if you running around with arms down to your knees, you know what I'm saying, and you got perfect balance, and you weren't, there's no way in my house you up here and you talking about that. Nah, man, there's no way. You are blessed with different stuff. You're not understanding what you gifted with. You know what I mean? Like that's not happening. That's not happening. It's not happening, dog. I'm sorry. It's not happening. That's not accepted under my roof.
So when is the training going to start?
That's happening as soon as folks listen. There's going to be a ball in the cage. See, I'm while they a baby, it's going to be a little plush ball in there, a little hoop. You know what I'm saying? Basketball, bottle, all that. You know, everything is there.
You can have the best genes ever, and your child not have an athletic bone in their body.
That's not possible. See, this is the thing.
Is possible.
No, because you don't have to have hops. You can be Zach Randolph with it. You can jump over a sheet of paper. But if you can teach footwork in the garage. All this can be learned.
Some people would say that Michael Jordan is arguably the best player to ever play. Are any of his kids in the NBA?
They have things to live up to. I wasn't in the NBA. So that's not an issue. You ain't got nothing to live up to. You know what I'm saying? So this the thing
That doesn't matter. You have the best genes possible. And they're not doing anything.
Listen, in my crib, I'm going to make sure you have a skill.
You don't think he makes sure?
What if he's a dope carpenter?
That's fire. Handle your business. As long as I don't have to take care of you as adults.
What if he's a 6'7" carpenter?
Technically, you don't. Once he hits an adult, you can just not take care of him regardless.
You know how this works.
You're right.
You know how this works.
I'm just
saying.
I'm
not going to leave my kid.
I'm just saying, still, technically, you don't.
I have to handle my business, but my job is to make sure you straight out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole focus. So I'm zoned in on that OD. I'm zoned in. There's no one. I told my mother, it's like, you're not about to untie anything I'm doing here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
At all. You know what I'm saying? My job is to teach you to be successful. You're not going to appreciate this until you're an adult here. You know what I'm saying? You may not even like me. Like, oh, my dad, man, this dude. But when
so you gonna tell me you gonna be on some fences type stuff?
No. I love the kid. I love you. But you supposed to be. The world is brutal. It's nasty out here. You know what I'm saying?
So when they see 6'7", 6'6", they thinking, oh, that's a starting forward for whatever team.
That's my objective. You're not going to appreciate this until you obtain that skill and you're able to get that at least $2 million check and you're able to handle your business. You know what I'm saying? It won't be appreciated, you know what I'm saying, until, yeah, I understand that. I understand I'm the irritating parent. Oh my God. But when you're able to obtain that and you don't need me for nothing, my dad was on my head, but you know what I mean? I did my job.
So you gonna be all right with your son being one of these kids in the NBA today that's just in for the dough but not for the love of the game?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Because that's what that's gonna contribute to right there.
No.
Forcing your kid to do something that he doesn't want to do. No. He gonna be in the NBA. He gonna be part of that 85% that Draymond Green was talking about that don't really have love for the game.
Check it. He obtained that. Now he can do what he want to do because he got the money to fund it. You know what I'm saying?
But wasn't you just talking about earlier today that you wasn't going to be playing with nobody that no kids that wasn't cold because it's disrespectful to the game?
My kid will be cold though.
But he doesn't want to play. It'll be like Joel Embiid not wanting to play down low. Or it'll be like what we just talked about last night, Jason Tatum not showing up for big moments or not being consistent.
Like she said, he ain't got to play. He, like you said, script and everything. You can't agree with that? Okay, cool. No doubt. Because you can see the potential with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I would prefer if you're blessed with abnormal heights. You know what I'm saying? That, listen, you're not understanding. If your kid is 7'1" running around ducking through roofs and is fully able, limbs are straight, what would you like, Josh?
At that point, I mean, it don't matter what size my kid would be. Whatever he chooses to be, I'm like, all right, well, go at it with the proper effort.
Exactly. So if you came at me writing early, if I see it, cool. Don't be flip-flopping. That's the whole point here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My job is to teach you not to flip-flop. But I will instill the hoop, though. You're going to at least be all world by the time high school.
And that's going to take what kind of time and dedication away from what he really wants to do?
It depends if he shows that. Because kids will tell you. Now, if you walking up to me in a dress, in the heels, I imagine Josh's kid not flying in my house. I don't care what you want to do.
I wasn't going to go there. But, you know, you brought that up. Can we save that for tomorrow?
Would you be cool with your kid walking around in 6'7" heels, dresses, and all that?
Okay.
Because they want to do?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Would you be cool with that?
I don't care how tall he is.
I'm just saying, though, period, point blank. Would you be cool with that?
I'm not going to have no different feeling towards that if he's 5'6",
I'm just
all
saying,
the way up
but,
to 7
but
foot.
you know what
I
I'm
could
saying?
care less.
But you know what I'm saying? Just because you want to do it, that don't mean it's correct.
Well, obviously, the kid's wants will be within the boundaries of what I understand to be right and wrong.
Exactly.
Because I'm supposed to teach him the way that he's supposed to go.
That's the whole point I'm trying to make here, even though
That's
it may,
not the point
even
you're
though it
trying to make.
even though it may seem extreme that I'm throwing the ball in his crib with basketball bottles or anything like. Even if my kid came and said, "I want to be a lineman," oh, okay, want to play football? Cool. Soccer, cool. Anything.
What you gonna do if your kid say, "I hate the Lions"?
I'm not tripping off that.
You not tripping off that?
No, I'm not tripping off that.
All right, cool.
Yeah, people got favorite players, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No big deal. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not tripping off that. Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in for this first
Yeah,
part of
so-
this 3-part
Yeah.
squad pod.
It's a 3-part.
Well, it's 2 parts, ain't it?
Well, I didn't mean to say 3-part. I meant to say 3 participants.
Yeah. So this will be the first part of that. Like I say, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if
How long did she last?
like
About
5 minutes. But at the end of the day, you know, my kid, my house, if I gotta fund everything. If I'm working slaving 15 hours a day, driving around.
So Louisa is not gonna have no savings.
Listen. At the end of the day, my money. I'm gonna have to say is have a say in something.
My money.
I'm gonna have a say in something. It's our money.
No, you just said
It's
it.
our
You
money.
just said my
No.
money.
It's ours.
That's literally what you just said.
It's ours,
so
but
that's how you really feel.
no, that's not the case. No, that's not the case.
My money.
It's really not the case.
She didn't do nothing. It's yours. Because you're out there working and slaving 15 hours a day. It's your money. I hear it.
I'm just saying, like, at the end of the look, y'all.
All right, look, we're gonna save this for tomorrow. We're gonna save this for tomorrow.
In my crib, if my kid is running around as a giant, you gonna know post moves. Mandatory.
Even if he doesn't want to do it.
If
Joel
he don't- if
Embiid
he-
with it.
if
Joel Embiid with it.
If you don't want to, that's fine. Don't.
It's not fine.
It is.
No.
When I say me, I don't know nothing.
Joel Embiid, DeAndre
I don't know
Ayton.
anything. I don't know nothing. So go ahead, dude. Go ahead. Just be 6'7" running around. Go ahead. You know what I mean? Don't take your blessings for granted. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Do what you do.
You could train him to be a tight end. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you the football guy. Yeah. Hey, you the football guy. Of course you say that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, if you hit with that normal height, you can tell me you want to be a wrestler. I'm cool with that.
But he better not say nothing about wanting to be working for Walmart.
Do what you want to do, man. That's what you want to do. I'm gonna let you know the pros and cons. If you choose that, that's fine. I have nothing for that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying because Louisa sent us a video in the group chat.
Oh, you talking about that one with them kids?
The little kids talking about, yeah, I want to work for McDonald's. I want to work for Walmart.
Listen, people go there and eat there. I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons. But if you do what you do, man. If you ever pay your bills, all that's fine, man. Do what you do. What do I know? I don't know nothing. You know, I know nothing. I'm just existing. You know what I mean? That's it.
You're paying all the bills.
I don't do nothing. I don't do nothing. I'm a check.
All right.
My opinion means nothing. I'm just a check.
That's all.
Right? All right. Well, we'll be back for part 2 tomorrow. All right? Peace.
Did you want to do the testing at all?
No, I started there. I already set up.
All right, cool.
Cool beans, you guys.
Well, this is
I'm
part.
awake.
Yeah.
I
I'm
am
gonna be over
You're
there.
just gonna
awake.
lay back and go
Right here.
I sure am.
Yeah, this is part 2 of the squad pod that didn't happen. So, you know.
Oh yeah, we picking up right where we left off too.
Yeah.
Oh, first off, well, before we do that, because since we was, down one last night,
Mm-hmm.
was there anything that you wanted to add that didn't get mentioned about the cruise versus the all-inclusive stuff?
What category did we leave off on?
It's a good question. You probably should listen to it before we even. But
We talked about food,
you get to sleep
entertainment.
quick.
We talked about drinks. Yeah, we talked about that.
We hit all the categories.
Well, it's a no-brainer with the drinks. Like for me,
Right.
like,
Because you was talking about entertainment tonight at the table.
oh, well, yeah, because I feel like the entertainment on the Royal Caribbean is just, I feel like it's not as versatile. Like the shows were okay. Even like the music did not cater to our culture at all. In any way, unless you count Michael Jackson trivia.
And the sexiest man alive competition.
Right. Other than that, I heard not one song from anybody from America who's black. I'm not even talking about Caribbean music because that don't count at all.
I can't say you wrong there because I ain't heard. I just heard them little snippets, like she said, that the competition that you guys watched.
Yeah.
So.
And the shows were a little lackluster. There was a couple of shows that I really enjoyed, but other than that, like that water show, man, I was like, when is this gonna end? And I've never felt that way. I never thought I would feel that way about a water show. Like I used to, growing up, I used to love watching those ice skating competitions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, it'd be something like that. No, it was a bunch of karate chopping, kicking the water and doing dives from different platforms of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
From them providing us entertainment perspective, let's see, we did the Michael Jackson, which was, the host was terrible. In the way they had it set up, that was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Then we did we did the love and marriage thing. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. We did the what was that? We did the well, today we tried to do that stupid thing for kids that's not really for adults, like the sing-along.
And there wasn't no black print, nothing, no small print saying it was a musical, nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing
Andrea
like
signed
that.
us up for a superhero musical with superheroes we didn't even recognize.
They were all made up superhero characters.
I was like,
too.
what the heck is that?
these ain't dudes that like people wasn't dressed up like Batman, Robin, nothing like that. They was like
Walmart superheroes.
these are some random people. Random people.
But the knife show was
the guy,
pretty cool.
Aaron Bonk.
Yeah, Aaron Bonk
you know,
was really cool.
Well, you know, when you hear his accolades, I mean, it's to be kind of expected
Yeah.
what he was gonna come with. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that was really good.
Then you had like all the live music around the boat, but like you said, it was nothing catered to us. We had one night where we sat down and we went into the music hall and we listened to a few live songs there. But outside of that, it wasn't no music for us.
It just was not like a lot of turn up on the ship
Well,
at all.
Well, it's Royal Caribbean. If you want turn up, you gotta go to Carnival.
I see. Hence the name.
so is that something that we should be looking into for Alaska?
I don't know. I don't want to do Royal Caribbean.
I
I don't want to do Carnival to Alaska.
Why not?
Because Alaska is like, where you gonna party at? I mean, depending on the time of the year you go.
The boat is where the party is at for a carnival.
I don't know.
Time you step on the boat, it's like a nightclub scene.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
Exactly.
Well,
I'm asking a question.
You just said there was no turn up. You
know what I
turn up.
mean? Like good turn up. Nothing where folks end up fighting because they can't control their alcohol. I don't want that type of turn up.
well, I'm not saying that it's that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that it don't happen.
I'm about to say, didn't you say 2 women got into a fight on Carnival and got
No,
kicked?
that was
That was
somebody
somebody
else.
else.
Yeah, somebody else who said that.
But that's easy to believe. That's very easy to believe.
Yeah, I'm not saying like, you know, I don't know. I mean, do you want? I don't know. Do you want the perfect balance, or do you want it always? I mean, how do you want it? Do you want it always every day?
I feel like
Turn up, or do you want balance? I mean, I don't know.
when we went to DR, it wasn't like a bunch of black people, or even when we went to Jamaica, it wasn't a bunch of black people. It was a good mix of different cultures, and they still was able to keep things balanced entertainment wise, and everybody enjoyed it.
We didn't really do any entertainment in the.
Well, when we went to Jamaica, they really had some good entertainment that was simple, by the way. No tricks, and it was a lot of the Caucasian sort there. Wasn't a lot of black people, but they catered to everybody, and everybody had fun.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, would you do another cruise again with Royal Caribbean?
I'm not really against it. You probably gotta just save more. I mean, you gotta expect to. I mean, you have to just spend extra. Only way to really, which to me, I don't think is worth it. But you gotta just save up the dough to have all the inclusive stuff involved.
Right. Because how much did this
mean?
cost us? How much did this trip cost us per?
Just a cruise alone.
Yeah,
It was
$2,600
Per couple.
Yeah, per couple. So was that worth it? Was it worth the $2,600 to you, or do you think this should have been less than that?
I will say it would have been worth it if we stopped by some countries that really offered a lot more. Because St. Martin was cool.
Well, we had a planned excursion for that.
Well, I know, but it was cool. Then St. Thomas, nothing.
we didn't do an excursion on St. Thomas.
Oh.
We didn't tour the island.
Okay, so even Coco Cay, when they had lots of activity right
that's
on
private
shore.
island. Private island.
Yeah.
Anytime you go private island for anything, like a private island, anything, just says beach, some music, and food. That's all. I mean, that's private island anyway. It doesn't have to be Royal Caribbean. It could be anybody. Norwegian. It could be Carnival. It could even be the adult one. Any private island that these companies own is going to be the same exact thing.
I mean, even with like the Alaskan cruise that I would like to go on, there's not going to be, I'm sure there's not going to be a whole bunch of different excursions that you can do there. Like,
Yeah.
like what?
For Alaska?
Like in the water?
No, not a lot. They have like a lot of hiking, whale watching, going to see like different geographic stuff.
Right. So it's not going to be the type of excursions that you would expect here.
No, it's a whole different.
But that's something that I would look forward to. And it's not like, and it's literally just stopping by different areas in Alaska, one state.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we went to 3 different countries.
Yeah, and look, I'm pretty sure there's a dope spot at St. Thomas that we just don't know about. And I feel like it's one of those countries to where if you knew somebody there and you would link up that way, you would always have a better experience that way. But for us just coming off the ship and just taking the taxi just to go downtown, just to
Look at jewelry stores.
look at jewelry stores.
I mean that's what it was. I mean,
Right.
but you should have known something really when they gave you so little time to be there.
Right, yeah.
You know?
I mean, but then again, we left. I mean, but then again, they private island. We wasn't gonna be here long because they was like, yeah, be back on the ship by 3 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah.
That was the
3:30,
same time
something.
with St. Thomas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
3 o'clock. So it was like, yeah, we gonna spend your time in St. Martin. So this was really a trip to St. Martin.
Do they only do 7-day cruises?
No, they have they have
3-day
3-day
cruise.
cruises. They have 5-day cruises.
So
They even do like 4-month cruises.
So I would assume if you do like, depending on the length of the cruise, how long you stay per location. I'm assuming, right?
I'm not 100%
I'm
sure
not sure
about
how
that.
they
I don't know how
Have
the optics.
more locations.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I will say, you know, that's how I felt about the entertainment. The hosting, wonderful.
Right.
Absolutely wonderful. Like
Talking about
just
the dinner.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is great.
just the service was just absolutely wonderful on Royal Caribbean. It was good in DR. Mexico was okay. Jamaica was super trash. You know, service.
You know what? I take that back. It's more than just the dinner. It's like everything.
Everything. Exceptional
Everything.
service.
The service was on point.
Yeah.
I mean, I seen a lot of waiters. A lot of the employees I seen, they like from India, Indonesia. I seen some African countries.
Yes.
On that, because on the cruise ship they have their name with their
Where
country
they're from,
underneath where they from.
Yeah.
So
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent service, better food,
Yeah.
No, the food is definitely
more variety
definitely better than
of food. And I feel like they had quite a bit of good free spots. It's not like it was like, oh, you have the one main dining area with the complimentary food and everything else costs. No, they had like some good options to get food from.
And that's giving that compliment while understanding that the seasoning is dumbed down for the public. So if the food was still good while the seasoning was dumbed down for the public, then there was something else I was gonna say. Oh, having that adult section only.
That was fire.
How clutch is that?
That was nice. That was nice. I was like wanting to go to that spot of the ship all the time.
Area
Great views. It had, and it's not like they had like one jacuzzi. They had like 3 jacuzzis.
Yeah, but I mean,
they
like, wasn't all open.
Yeah, but it was that with the large jacuzzi that was open.
That was the only problem
And
with the solarium. They closed the bar that's in the solarium too early.
At 9,
Yeah, that's
9:30 or something like that.
Yeah,
Like-
that is
like-
true.
people want to sit in the jacuzzi. This is the opportunity for adults to escape kids.
Yeah. Because
So-
people were just chilling. I mean, people were coming in as we left out. But yeah, that was a great spot. Very beautiful, great views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of things about Royal Caribbean that I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
That I would come back to. But I would want to try a couple other cruise lines first,
Okay.
just to kind of see what's what.
The only other cruise line that I would like be really interested in trying for one time is just the Virgin one, just because that's the all adult only cruise.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
And
honestly.
I heard that. Now I've heard that the food is better on that. That you probably get the best food there because they dealing with all adults and whatnot. But it's the relaxation cruise. Don't expect to be running no games of basketball or nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean,
But you know what I?
something
Yeah.
like gym sports wise.
I don't know what it is. I mean, the video that we saw, it didn't look like they had anything like that. It looked like it was just all relax.
Well, this might be what it's geared for, though. Some people might just want to just literally relax,
Right.
and not even have to do nothing on vacation. Like,
Like you said, you don't get no sleep at home.
Yeah.
So you was able to get all of the sleep.
Yeah, the stay there, the cabin.
Yeah, I'm good
Small,
with that.
but man, comfortable, nice. We could knock out.
I'm good with that. Like that's great for a guy like me, but everybody's different when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? I can just chill. Some can't. You know what I'm saying? Some gotta be, active all day.
Yeah.
What? Man, what about? See, now you see that? I got a dirty look from Andrea. That wasn't even on my mind. I'm just saying, there's some people that just like to be out all day on vacation. There is. I'm not talking about Andrea at all. Like, there's some people, I don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Me being just off is good for me. Had nothing to do with Andrea. I didn't even mention it.
Hey, look, I'll be telling Andrea, it would be nice whenever we go on vacation just to have a day or two where we ain't doing nothing.
I didn't say nothing.
Did.
I didn't do anything.
And
No, I was
the day
just
that we
saying.
had nothing scheduled, everybody was bored and was ready to go back to the ship.
We were bored today.
See, I didn't instigate the word. I didn't do nothing. All I said was just some people just like to just be, no matter what. Okay, we doing this activities from top to bottom.
Right.
There's people like that. You know what I'm saying? I you know what I mean? Like,
No, I get you, because all the times that we had trips, it's like, and I don't have a problem doing things every day, but it's getting up early to do things every day. That's where I'm like, I get no break.
Elder would be like,
I get no break.
we're gonna go.
I get up early during the
whale
week,
watching.
all during the week for work.
I get up
Yeah.
at 4.
yeah,
Like, what the heck?
that's where I'm at. Like, I wake up
Oh my
early.
gosh.
I wake up early for work.
It's not my fault that's when they plan these.
Like, you gotta get up at 4 o'clock. guys.
I get up for work. I don't want to get up for work. I hate getting grueling. Getting up for work is grueling. So just waking up early for me personally is just grueling. That's just me though. I ain't talk about other people. That's just me. Some people can just get up and just be chippy.
I'm not a
I mean?
fan of it. And then,
So-
I mean, I might start turning into a coffee drinker if I keep on having to do this. The more I get,
Oh my god.
but yeah, this, I still don't feel like I've been to the Bahamas. I could care less what we saw.
Oh yeah.
I still don't feel like
the beach really that island we got rained on. So I mean, it really, you know what I mean. Like the weather, the only con I'll just say, I don't really have. The weather was messed up every night, so we couldn't really. I thought that at night, okay, we gonna be doing what we do at night. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole fucking plan. But
that was my hope.
With the wind blowing the way it was blowing, and it was cold too.
Don't expect to get.
I wouldn't even mind if a little bit chilly, because when you get out there and play, you ain't gonna be chilly no more.
Your body won't.
If but it was just wind blowing hard every night. You know what I'm saying? So that stopped everything. They didn't even have a tournament due to the weather. So
right.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Right. But
So.
we got our best runs on, off, on this little private island. But
And even that run, I had to be careful because I'm in some hoop shoes. See, you got some people on flip flops, barefoot, hoop. So with me, I had on straight up hoop shoes. So I had to be careful not to step on nobody's foot. You know what I'm saying? And it was sand, and it was a little moist, and I did slip. You know what I'm saying? Kind of slide. You know what I mean?
He slid like
it
was like one of those things, man. I hope no ligaments.
No, it was a sure. So, but I've been fighting that the whole time. But I had to play real stationary, so I couldn't move laterally like that because I didn't want to slip and fall and all that. But that was the best run, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that we've gotten to have since being on the thing.
You know,
I mean, we had almost a chance to have a good run on the ship, but when folks want to start playing knockout, and then it'd be only kids left available.
It was too many kids that was hitting the court regardless. Even over there, it was flooded with too many doggone kids, man. Like that's my only the weather, and then all them doggone kids, man. Like it's like too many kids, parents, and they don't respect your space at all. They don't care, so there's nothing you can do about that. So you just gotta kind of eat that.
Right.
Do you know what I really did appreciate too? The hygiene practices.
Oh yeah.
Every time you go in a restaurant, like a buffet restaurant,
wash your
hand. I mean, they're telling everybody, wash your hands, and so you don't feel grossed out.
This is a clean boat.
Yes.
Bathrooms and all that.
Everything. You don't feel all grossed out putting your hands on utensils at the buffet because they make everybody wash their hands as soon as like they hit the entrance. I really like that.
They clean the rooms. Like your room don't stay dirty at all. You don't got to be hawking them down. They come.
No, they hawk you down. They hawk you down to clean.
Yeah, so that's. You ain't got to be fighting them for towels and washcloths and all. You get that every time. So that for me, like that's positive.
And I thought I would kind of have an issue because me and Andrea kind of talked about this before. Like I wanted a balcony, I wanted a nice, like a bigger option, but that price, child. The inside stateroom is pretty nice. Like that sleep, like I said, I'm okay with that sleep. Not having to get woken up by the sun and everything like that. I'm okay with it.
It's like blackout curtains on.
Yes.
On steroids, really.
On steroids. I didn't know if I was coming or going with that sleep.
Yeah. That pitch blackness that you experience when you close that cabin door and cut off them lights. That's
the rockiness helped me go to sleep. I'm not gonna lie.
Man. It's amazing. It's like a lullaby. It's literally like a lullaby.
Very good sleep. Good sleep. So I don't really have any. It's just, some things be pricey and them kids, but you can't control the weather. So I can't really, is that really a legitimate complaint like that? No, because it's not, they can't control what will pop off with the weather. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think 7 days is too long?
I know for me, I was starting to feel like I was ready to go home at like day 5. I was starting to feel like that day 5.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that has to do with the long term. Like if we had less days at sea, it probably wouldn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Because I think the last time I did the 7-day cruise with Royal Caribbean, we had like 5 stops.
5?
Yeah, because we just hit one after the other.
How long per stop?
On the island. I mean, it was about the same amount of time that with St. Martin.
You're spending all day at sea, and you can substitute that for a stop and be at a stop. Because we spent 2 days on the road back off rip. Like we got on the boat Sunday. Our first stop was not until when?
Yeah, it was like Wednesday. It was on the sea for 2 straight days.
Like 2.5 days.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That was the worst part.
That was pretty rough. And so you can't have a whack boat and pull that kind of stuff off. You can't have the boat got to be dope in all phases. And so I feel like starting off like that and then having that what is that 1 or 2 days of interruption and then having another day at sea, it's like you've done everything that the boat kind of has to offer.
Wouldn't that
I mean-
wouldn't that apply to all boats? No.
It depends because there's some boats are bigger than. I mean, like obviously this boat is 2 years old now. So the newer ones, I don't know exactly what they got as far as what this one doesn't have. I mean, that's stuff I would have to look into, but they're supposed to be bigger boats. Like it's supposed to get bigger every year. So it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, well maybe there is something else on this boat that or just scheduling things, like the way you schedule things and having things available for everybody on the boat to do.
Well, that app that don't make it easy. So
No.
with that terrible whatever connection they got, you can't not. That is a legitimate complaint. If everybody playing like this is, you got to send a message 2 hours beforehand for somebody to receive it. You can't do that. That's bad. You know what I'm saying? And then trying to reserve activities that you can't get in and all that. That's. I don't think anybody was feeling that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so. No, the whole reserving the activities, that was. I didn't have to deal with that last time, so that's brand new. This is brand new for me. I don't know how new it is to the Royal Caribbean, but that's brand new for me. All of this reserving activities and stuff like that. It's like, I mean, I get the point that, for folks that want to make sure that they get to do something that they want to do.
Yeah.
But they don't have enough of it available throughout the time because everybody has different dinner times. And so you have certain events happening at folks' dinner time. So they gotta either choose to go to dinner or do this.
Or you mean dinner time, the dine-in one, or because don't they have the
dine-in?
Yeah,
because you're gonna get different food in the dine-in dinner than you're gonna get at the Windjammer and all that other stuff. So.
Yeah, so pretty much you're forced to choose. Well, are we gonna do the buffet style joint tonight and do the activity, or are we gonna do the?
Which is on your days at sea, you pretty much getting that food for lunch. That type of food for lunch.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is what it is. But I mean, I get it. It's a cruise ship. There's only so much you can do. But based on my experience in the past, I feel like it just could have been better. Not that it was bad.
No, it was good. I mean, personally, I don't have any real issues. I just the queasiness. There wasn't nothing I can do about that. I didn't know. I never been on no ship, so
yeah.
But
if they would not try to charge you for everything, I feel like
that was crazy.
Maybe okay, so yeah, maybe paying for alcoholic beverages, I can understand that. But paying for soft drinks for folks that like to drink soft drinks.
So that soft drink thing wasn't free over there by the pizza spot?
No,
that's part of the package.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And you have to have a special cup for that.
I think it was like.
Oh, that's why they said okay, because I was over there.
$13 a day for the trip.
$13.
See what I'm saying?
A day for that?
That's what
Fountain
I'm saying.
drinks?
Just to be able to drink Pepsi or Coke or any of that other stuff versus
most
the
places
water.
that stuff is complimentary.
Exactly.
Just
That's
saying.
what I'm saying.
And then they had a bottled water package.
Yeah.
That's every single resort I've been to, bottled water's complimentary.
They bring it up to your room.
They give you
as you want.
They give you cans of pop
so, yeah, they put it and they do
bottled water.
When they do the housekeeping, they put it in the fridge for you. It's already there. It's already restocked. You don't have to ask for it.
So you give away coffee for free, which is more expensive than that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even though the coffee isn't the greatest, but you know what I mean?
Like coffee is terrible.
But you give away that for free, but don't the pop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That makes no sense.
Right. So, hey.
But they got to recoup from
what
2020.
COVID.
Yeah. So, I'll definitely do, cruising again. I probably wouldn't do 7 days of cruising. Depends.
It depends. Honestly, for me, it depends on. Do we got internet on here? Seriously.
No boat, you're gonna get complimentary.
Yeah, you're never gonna get complimentary.
Well,
that's another thing. because what was it? Did we get free internet at the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, everywhere, every resort. We got free internet in Jamaica.
Yeah, oh
we got
yeah,
free
you
internet
got
in
there
Mexico,
wasn't no
we got-
internet package and all that.
Yeah,
You know
there
what I
was
mean?
no
So
internet.
They really
package.
nickel and dime.
I'd have been alright even if I was able to just keep up with certain things. You know what I mean? That I needed to access.
Right. Even
You know
the
what I'm
private,
saying?
okay, so like getting off on a private island and seeing all their island, they charge $97 to ride the slide.
To go down the slide. That's kind of some people will pay that for what you call the experience. Man, get out of here with that trash.
Go ahead, look.
$100 to go down the slide.
Right.
100.
Look, bro, I'm from Florida, and in Orlando, when they had the park Wet and Wild, that was like a day pass. 97.
Yeah, that just seemed like a slide should be free to go out. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Or even if you want to say, oh, this is $10 or something to climb up here and go down the long. All right, you know what I mean? But 100, that's kind of out of pocket.
Yeah,
the jet skis to me sound too expensive too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But for coming and visiting the private island, it's like, if you want to charge for that stuff out of those two options, I mean, who in their right mind is going to pay $97 to go down the slide? Because that ride is only going to last, what, maybe?
Well, it did say Thrills Water Park.
Yeah, I think it cost $97 for the water park.
This is your private island. This is not the Bahamas anymore.
So was it a pass or not? Or was it a slide or was that a pass?
I think
It was a pass.
So you pay $97 to access the joint, and you could do all the activities on the water park.
Yeah, I think so. But
in that particular
water park, which was like really small.
Also, how much time did you have per stop? So was it even worth it still? You paid the $97 and how long you at the water park?
It's a very small water park.
Yeah.
It looked like the stuff that you seen on the boat, low key. I'm just being honest. I'm not being funny. I'm dead serious. It looked like the stuff you seen. The stuff I seen wasn't looking like all like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
97 and going on the slide is nasty work, man.
Yeah, for real. I wonder how
There
many
ain't
people
no
actually
excuse
paid
for that.
because-
There's some that will.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
for them, I'm just wondering, like, are they really making money?
I don't know. That's a good question. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like, it doesn't seem worth it to me to charge that much if you ain't getting people to slide down the slide. That
It
would
just
be the
seemed
whole
like something like this.
activity that they sign up for and pay for, it goes back to like Royal Caribbean,
And
right?
in reality, something like this, you got saying for the whole year without no hiccups, without no type of stupid stuff popping up, which is impossible. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta save up to enjoy something like this fully without no worries. You gotta pay for all the extra stuff up front. You know what I'm saying? And this, you think about, is this really worth all that?
Mm-hmm.
I could just go to a resort and, you know what I mean?
Try to
And
get better quality,
Yeah,
stay in a better
yeah,
quality
you know what I mean?
resort
Mhm.
for, a cheaper price. But
it just depends what you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I don't know. It depends what you
Right.
prefer. I don't know.
But then at the same time, it's a whole bunch of, like I said before, it's a whole bunch of old money on this boat.
yes.
It's a whole bunch of old money on this boat.
Yes.
And it is literally people just have money to throw away apparently. But yeah, so I mean, I was just saying that just getting any final last thoughts on the cruise. Final last thoughts on the cruise. But we can pick up where we left off last night,
Yeah.
talking about Matt raising his kid. If he was to have one,
What were you saying about that?
because you was completely gone by that time.
Oh yeah. What was you saying about that?
Instead of having an itinerary, we talked about this many times.
He pretty much ain't giving his child a choice if he wants to, if he's going to play basketball or not. He's going to play some sort of sport, regardless if he wants to do it or not.
Until what age does it become? When at what age does it become optional?
When they tell me they don't want to. It's kind of like how Charles Barkley said when his daughter was like, I'm like, oh my God, you have to accept it. That's the risk. You know what I'm saying? See, this is the thing, you got a lot of, when you look at like baby showers and stuff like that, and then fathers be happy to have a boy and all that, and be hyped when they already got plans. It never works that way. You can only hope, you know what I mean? You can only hope. But you could try to grease the wheel until they come to you like, I don't like this. It's like,
Well, what if
what
they
do you
say
like?
they don't like it at an early age?
Then I guess it is what it is.
Oh, so you wouldn't force them to play the sport. Yeah.
Matt said last night he's going to know
Yeah.
how to.
There's no other, like, you're gonna know.
What
like,
if your son is into science, or like,
I like science.
okay, yeah. So what if they're
You know I like
what if
science.
they're
Like all
into,
that.
like,
That's fine.
Science and
But you're
stuff?
not about to be some big ogre running around not knowing basic fundamentals.
Well,
You're not
must be
doing it.
having kids by somebody else because I'm only
Oh,
5'4".
Like, man,
So
Jesus
the
Christ.
chances of us having a really tall child,
Your
rolling
mother's
the
tall.
dice with that.
Your mother's tall.
But my father
that
is
can
not
happen.
tall.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have tall guys in my family too, so it's 50-50 here.
My father is not tall. You don't have a lot of tall. You only have 2 siblings that are tall.
No, on my side of the family,
But
on my father's
but
side, I
your-
have
but
tall
your-
dudes over
But
there.
your
You know what I
your immediate parents' genes doesn't guarantee nothing anyway. Because I think if you look at, isn't it Yao Ming's parents? Isn't both his parents?
That's a
short?
rare case. They almost say guys that tall have a disease.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like a condition. You know what I'm saying? So, but
So what percentage would our child come as a tall child?
I'm guessing at minimum the kid would be probably like 5'11".
6 foot 5'11".
5'11". You know what I'm saying? Like if you on some, the genes got to kick in at some point. You know what I mean?
So
your
if
kid
he's
not gonna be 5'5".
so if he's 5'11", you're not gonna care about teaching him the fundamentals.
Under my roof, where I live. You know what I'm saying?
No, because
I would have a say so.
you was like you ain't gonna be no 6'7" child of mine.
You're not.
and not know how to do
No,
this.
you're not.
But what about 5'11"? That's now it's optional.
5'11", now you a point guard, you a 1. That's what you are. You know what I'm saying? In the game of basketball. So therefore, you will know, you know what I'm saying, and learn. It's going to be my duty to show you this. Now, whether you will use this, it's on you. I'm going to tell you the pros and cons to all of this. You know what I mean? You're going to make your decisions. This is my job to tell you what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you, like, listen, you apply this. Yeah, that NBA symbol may not be available to you. You know what I'm saying? But you got overseas. You travel the world with this. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to keep. I'm personally not going to keep contributing to the problem that exists right now.
So let's say, right now you're saying, oh, we don't want kids, we're having kids. If I was
that's
6
sale.
feet, would that change your mind?
No, because it's not a kid. No, I know. You haven't having a
look
kid.
at me like dollar signs.
No,
Like,
having a
oh,
kid
wow.
does not guarantee. I'm aware of this. Having a kid does not get. You cannot control what your kid gonna do. You can only guide. They're gonna go wherever they want to go.
You said before, if I was tall, you'd probably be like, yeah, we'll have a kid, just because it's guaranteed.
How old was I when I said this?
You weren't that young, Matt. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Was
I
like
joking?
they guaranteed to go in the NBA.
No, I never said that. I said they're guaranteed to be a certain height.
Okay, Matt.
Guaranteed to be a certain
and
height. And you got wide shoulders. You know what I'm saying? I got wide shoulders.
You said you were
so therefore, genetically, that's wide shoulders. That's a plus. You know what I'm saying? Now,
I remember you saying something. If we was to have a son, he's gonna be an all-American or
they'll
something.
be
Like
all world
that.
in my house.
All world.
Okay.
In my house, you all world.
All
you have to
world.
do what I say. You know what I'm saying? You don't just roam freely. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you get out into the world and do what you do, that's what you do. But in my house, that I have to fund all of this here, you're not just going to do whatever you want in my house. That's not going to happen.
What does whatever you want mean? Just because they don't want to play sports?
You see what happens? Now, you see this? You see
I'm
this?
just asking the
You know what I'm
question.
saying?
I just need
there
you
will
to
be no
clarify.
untangling the web. You know what I mean? Like,
I just need you to clarify.
I'm just showing you. I'm teaching you. That's why I'm doing my job to teach.
Okay.
So,
but if you
it's
tell me
not
you
an
want to
option.
do, if you tell me you
Right,
want to do
that's what I
something,
want
if
to
you're
know.
serious,
Like, is it or is it not an option?
So it's not an option.
Like, is it an option or is it not an option?
It's not an option.
technically it has to be an option.
But the way you saying it, it's not an option.
I'm not gonna be feeling it. I'm about to lie.
Okay, but you just said you're not just gonna be doing what you want to do
No.
up in here.
No,
So
man.
you gonna do what I tell you to do.
You know what I'm saying?
So
You're not about to.
for you,
within
you gonna be
reason, like you
you
said,
gonna be
like we said last night, within reason. Whatever you want to do within reason. You know what I'm saying? Within reason. That makes sense. That's legal.
So if you
You know what
walk
I mean?
by your kid's door and let's say he's reading a book, and you
What's
be
wrong
like,
with reading? You gotta
No.
know how to do it.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because let's just say that he takes an interest and he's reading a book on his spare time, and you got the basketball court outside. It's a nice day outside. You're gonna be looking at that basketball court, and you're gonna look at him. You're gonna be like, "Put the book down. Let's go run some drills really quick."
Listen, we doing drills, and we doing drills.
So you gonna make him put down his book?
I'm not gonna make you put it down. When you done with that, come see me.
He ain't gonna be done.
It don't take you all day. You ain't reading no entire book. Get a couple chapters in and come see me.
Okay, Matt.
It's what it is.
Now, Louis, how would you truly handle that situation?
I have no idea. I mean, we would have lots of conversations once our child goes to bed at night about what is actually realistic and, what is...
I can hear Louis
can't-
being like, leave him alone.
You can't, live your life through your child.
No, I'm not doing
Just
that.
because you was into this sport doesn't mean that they're going to be into that. As long as they're doing something with their life, I can't say the other thing because I'm trying to get us, canceled. But as long as they're doing something with their life, then
What, not being with on the same team?
Yeah, well,
I said that
okay,
already.
Matt. Well, yeah, as long as that they're doing, something positive with their life, I'm okay.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be sports, so I don't understand the obsession.
All right. That's what mothers say. Mothers say.
What is wrong with that saying, though? What is wrong with me saying
It's
that?
just like mothers who go on the field or on a basketball court say their kid being coached too hard.
I never said that. I never agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you the way here. I'm showing you multiple options. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I never said that.
You've been mighty quiet. What's your stance on this?
About kids doing what they want to do.
Yeah, versus what their parents want them to do.
Oh, well, even if they do what their parents want them to do, it's going to come a time when they're not going to do it. So.
Yeah, the NBA right now. A lot of these dudes don't want to practice.
Well, let's take a Bronny, for example. I feel like LeBron wanted him in the NBA more than he even wanted to be in the NBA.
I can see that.
I can't confirm nor deny that. I feel like Bronny wants to be in there. I don't know.
But does he have a passion?
None of these dudes have a passion. A lot of these dudes don't have a passion because you can tell by their work ethic. You don't hear no stories about none of these dudes coming into the gym 3 o'clock in the morning, getting
I mean,
early.
you got all access to it. So,
Right.
My thing is this. Is just
They got all access to money, and so they live in the nightlife.
But you got all access to that, but you got all access to the court on night too. You got all access to everything. You got all access to both. So it's really a choice what you decide to do.
And a lot of them, it's like they spend that time that you would hear stars from the past working on their game. They spend that time looking out for other adventures in life. Oh yeah, I'm starting this business, or I'm doing
Podcast.
this. Yeah.
Every NBA player has. And I'm like, when do you have time to actually play basketball?
Well, I don't agree with NBA players having a podcast during the season. That's crazy.
Right.
To me, it is. You know what I mean? Because I know Draymond Green got a little heat for that,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Because
he
he'll
did.
do it directly after the game.
Directly after the game.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But
Yeah, Paul
George, Mr. Who Can't Stay Healthy, but you over here, yeah. But
Did you see that clip, by the way, where they was like, they was talking about, somebody he's never available to play the game. or he's never available to play. And then Paul George is like, what does that have to do with the game?
What you mean what that got to do with it? What kind of stupid answer is that?
Exactly.
You're not able to play. Look, man, look, at the end of the day, my thing is this. Even when it comes to kids, because at some point you got to tell them, like, well, I want to do this. You can want to jump off a building. What happens if you jump off the building? You die. You can want to do it all day, you know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day,
that's an extreme.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man, sometimes it's not always that, you know what I mean? Like, so, but you do what you want. Do what you want.
Wait, so
That's how I
Paul
would
George
do.
said.
So they were given their thoughts on a specific player. I forget who the player was.
They said that to him on his show.
But
you know what I'm saying?
they said this to him on his show. But
Was it a girl who said this?
No, it was another dude. It was
Okay.
another dude. But like they was talking about a specific player that's active in the NBA right now, and one of the guys was like, well, he's never available. So it's like, and then Paul George's response to that was like, what does that have to do with the game?
That has to
Because you're not playing.
Right.
yeah, man. Some people, look, man.
He's not the. Yeah.
Yeah, dog be kind of, you know what I mean? But, I mean, look. Hey. It ain't just basketball where these. See, this is the thing. It's not just basketball. Like what Josh said, contributing to the problem. If you go anywhere, none of these cats have a passion for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. It's not just basketball. If you go to Walmart, no one has good. It's all terrible.
They don't have pride
service
in their
everywhere.
work.
You know what I'm saying? Everywhere. It's not just basketball. You know what I mean? No one takes pride in anything. Anything.
Right.
No more.
Right.
It's not just basketball. If you sit there and try to teach your kids, look, man, that's a whole different problem. It's a whole like parents not able to be parents like that no more.
Right.
And instill certain things.
Right.
Do family traditions even exist anymore?
Not really. It's
You know what I'm saying?
It's based on what does society allow.
Exactly.
That's really what it is.
So even if you got something like this where you have a family, I ain't even gonna say basketball, you got like a football family. This is what we do family wise. This is what we do. That's the pride. They don't have that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not about controlling none. This is pride. This is what we do. We laid the foundation and all this. You got to, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. They don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then cry when you break off and then everything. Hey, it is. Do what you want to do. This is the product of doing what you want to do out right now.
Right.
Do what you want. This is the product. Do what you want to do now. Look.
Right. Do what you want to do.
I don't want to work hard.
This is
I don't feel good about.
This is also the product of cancel culture and sensitivity culture, where you can't say anything unless it's politically correct or it's offensive.
That plays a part in parenting too. Because you can't aggressively parent your kid anymore like that without folks getting in your business, telling you what you should and shouldn't do with your kid. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or what morals and values you shouldn't be passing down to your children.
To your
because
kids.
It's acceptable in society.
This ain't your kid. This is my kid. Mind your business. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah, but hey, look. I mean, it's swung too far the wrong way. I don't think.
No, it's curtains because you got too many folks. Like, so whether you look at basketball or whether you look at just normal jobs, you don't get it's all poor performance. It's all down here. You know what I'm saying? Because the folks, they feel like if I work hard, I'm bending to this, that, and the third. No, I mean, it's nothing wrong with working hard and actually being good. You know what I'm saying? Because that translates over to other things in life, honestly.
Right.
When you take pride in your work and handling your business.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with discipline and constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like a discipline.
That's the other thing. There is no such thing as you can't give constructive criticism anymore because they call it hate.
Or you're being mean, or you're bullying me,
Well,
or you're taking away from my individual.
Constructive criticism. You got some people who just complain that you can't just satisfied, that's a whole different situation. But if you're going to criticize something, what's the solution to the criticism? Or what do you have to say that'll make it better, obviously? You know what I'm saying? That's constructive criticism.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just
And it's also the intentions behind it. You know, is it constructive because you really want this person, you know, to improve or be better because you're really trying to help, or is it just to be negative?
I mean, hating, there's negative people, hating exists. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, but, you know, constructive criticism is pretty much just, okay, you can actually, you know, I see what you're doing here, but that could help that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just being an a-hole and whatever the case is, just to do that, to put somebody else down, to raise yourself up, that's hating. And a lot of people do that.
Yeah,
But
then, you know, you say something that they don't agree with, the first thing they want to do is cancel you.
Yeah, but I mean, you know.
The other thing that cancel culture was doing that I don't really care for is like they was doing this with a lot of people's, like, I guess, past posts on social medias and stuff like that. They would bring up stuff that's like 5 years ago. This person said this.
Well, they gonna always do that. Even it's like a record. They won't let you live past certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and my whole thing with that is anybody can get that card pulled on them. You know what I'm saying? So why do that? You know what I mean? Is the past or it's not? You can't say the past is the past for you, but the past is not for them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If they said this 5 years ago, it was 5 years ago. I mean,
yeah, but if they said it last year, that's a little different.
Why didn't nobody do nothing last year? All right then. You know what I'm saying? So don't sit there, you know, all that, you know, you said this 12 months ago. Well, okay, I said this 12 months ago. How come you didn't bring this up 12 months ago? Or even 6 months ago? It's put out here in the public. Why wasn't there no big fuss about it then? You know what I'm saying? There ain't no excuse for that. So, man.
Okay. So the point is, Matt will make his child do whatever he wants to do if they are.
No, the whole point maybe is just to instill discipline.
Okay.
What's wrong with instilling discipline?
By making them play whatever sport you want them to play, even if they don't want to play it.
No.
You can have discipline in all types of ways.
Okay, fine. They do whatever you say.
I didn't say that.
They do whatever you want them to do. How about that?
Okay.
Do whatever you. What do I know?
What do you? Okay, Matt. Child.
I don't know nothing.
How often did you do what people told you to do when you were growing up?
As far as discipline?
Well, yeah, discipline, all that.
I had discipline. That's why I have a work ethic I have.
You had discipline, but you also didn't listen either.
Many kids don't.
So what makes you?
And I face consequences for that too.
What makes
I face consequences.
What
There's
makes
consequences.
Your kids is gonna listen.
I highly doubt it. We already said this already. Why are you acting brand new?
I mean, because look at all these athletes, Chip.
I'm saying?
You have all these professional athletes from like 80s, 90s, 2000s. You know, Hall of Famers, championships. You think it's in the blood. Like, oh, you know, my kid. These kids they're turning out to be all types of things other than an athlete.
Well, I mean, like, part of the reason that's the case is, so when the actual athlete himself got all that success, for a lot of them, that was their only option. Like, how many times you hear about these athletes now? Oh yeah, I grew up poor, projects, all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. The whole nine, right? But now they get money, they can provide a lifestyle for their own personal families that they never even got to taste as a child. And so now they give that to their child. Now he's all of a sudden, he's going to the best school. Now he's seeing all these opportunities of doing other things that he wants to do. So where it's not mandatory for him to go this one route because he got plan A, B, C, and D already mapped out for him.
It's a problem when you have everything handed to you. I wish people would like acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Rich people say like, I just, you know what I mean? I have to work for this, so I appreciate this.
Right.
The people, you know what I'm saying? You just giving folks things that creates entitlement, that creates spoil, like all that. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting the realities of what.
True, because none of Michael Jordan's kids are in the NBA. You have one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
Yeah, his son running around. Was it Marcus?
Yeah,
Wilding,
he's
running around doing
with his
coke.
teammates.
You know what I'm saying?
He's doing
Yeah,
what?
running around.
Oh
You catch him sniffing lines on the table, running around doing all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, whatever. You know what I mean? That's the risk when the parents come up from nothing, grind, handle business. They know what it's like to come up, and so they protect what they have here. You got a kid who comes up and you try to instill discipline in these cats. They got a lot of different influences outside the house telling them, no, you don't gotta listen to that. You got the internet telling them, you don't gotta listen to that. You got certain teachers and all that stuff, you don't gotta listen to that. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And as a parent, all you're supposed to do is just give. You're not supposed to listen to me, but I'm supposed to just give everything I'm working for, just to give to you. You don't even want to listen. You know what I mean? This is not going to always be available. My job is to teach you for these 18 years because this world, listen, it's like walking off a ledge or something. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not easy. And the world is brutal. They don't care about you or your entitlement.
Right.
And it's
for
not,
real.
It's not just in the, sports industry. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Right.
It's
Seriously.
everywhere.
Yeah, Dude, big companies, and they try to pass something down to their kids.
Yeah, they don't care about you. They don't know the hard work. You getting an already finished product.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't build the blocks for this. You getting an already finished product, and all you gotta do is really just take care of it.
Right.
But I'm trying to teach you discipline. You don't even. But then you wrong for instilling discipline. You too hard on them and all that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Just do what you want to do. Go ahead.
All right. Yep. So I mean, I think we all in agreement there. Y'all got more in you?
Yeah, I'm awake.
I mean,
are you gonna participate? Because I can count on one hand how many times. Well, anyway, the other night was last night at the jacuzzi before we came here.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about the stay-at-home spouses.
Yeah.
Could you do it? Would you be okay if your spouse did it?
Do what she wanted to.
Do you feel like it's a double standard with men and women?
Yeah.
It is.
Do you think that's fair?
In today's society, it's not going to be viewed as fair. But, I mean, since the beginning of the time, the men was always the ones that went out and did the hard stuff. Since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Caveman days, the Indian days, medieval, all of that stuff. The men always went out and handled the hard business. As far as physical labor, hard business. I'm not saying that taking care of the house ain't hard business either, but it's just two different types of hard business. Like, men would hunt the animals to bring home food. Men would go fight the wars. Men would carry all the heavy stuff and bring it home.
Yeah.
So, keeping on going with that, I don't personally think that it's wrong to have a double standard about it, because I take the view of this is what men have always done.
So you wouldn't would you look, or I wouldn't even say look down, but
I'm not gonna look down at a man that's a stay-at-home dad.
Would you feel a certain way or question why, or be like, I don't, what would come up in your head when you see something like that?
It would depend on what kind of man he is, because if you're gonna be a stay-at-home dad then, or a stay-at-home husband. Let's just say that. Say you have the option or you don't have kids. If you're gonna be that at all, then what are you doing with your time when you are at home? What are you doing? Do you know how to operate the lawnmower and take care of the yard and stuff like that? Do you know how to maintain the vehicles, at least for regular maintenance stuff, or do you try to learn that stuff like that? Can you fix things when they get broken around the house? Or are you always calling somebody, like calling a professional to come out and do it for you? Because that would be the only type of way that I would look at that kind of a man a certain kind of way. Because I'm like, okay, well, you might not know how to do this, but you could look into how to do it now. Because you got nothing but time on your hands.
I can understand a stay-at-home father. Stay-at-home husband. I don't know. I don't know. I have to really think about that.
In both cases,
Doing the same thing as a stay-at-home wife.
essentially.
Yeah. I mean,
Because the only reason why those kind of things happen is because one of the spouses make more than enough money, apparently, to take care of the household.
so, okay, there was this comedian, right, that was on Shannon Sharp, and she said that, my husband worked his butt off at the plant or whatever for 25 years.
Right.
And she saw the sacrifices he did for the family. And now she's making enough money to where she can take care of him now. And she retired him. I definitely would be okay with that. If I've seen how hard my husband has worked and sacrificed to put food on the table, to take care of me for all these years, and now it's my turn and I can do it, I'll definitely do it.
Yeah, I have no issues with that. I have no issues with that at all. I mean, and I think part of the reason why, which is going back to tradition, there is a such thing as male jobs and female jobs in most of the working world. Like,
Well, what's a female
you still
job?
see what I'm getting at is this dude working at the plant, right? That meant that he was dealing with heavy machinery, having to work with heavy tools and know how to operate them and do all of those stuff that the average person, if they was to try it, they could personally hurt themselves because they're not doing it wrong. Whereas in most cases, female work, and I'm just saying that because this is a traditional sense, in most cases, female work is not physically strenuous stuff. It's
Like what?
it's like mentally strenuous stuff.
Like what?
It's like computer jobs. It's like
That's not women's work, though.
No, but what I'm saying in most cases, that's what it is. Computer jobs.
Mentally strenuous can be worse than physical.
I'm not saying that.
I feel like there is definitely work for men that women can't do. I don't think there's work that women do that men can't do.
I don't know. I think we all got different gifts.
Unless you're a freaking person who gives birth for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we all got
that's the only
different
thing I
gifts.
can think of is like you carry,
Men and women have different gifts. So women got the gifts of being like more patient, more expressive with loving, things like that, so they can be like caregivers and things of that nature better than what most men can be.
But what particular jobs, what specific jobs out there are for women that men cannot do?
Well, I wouldn't say that there is anything that they can't do if they worked at it and got better at it. But it's just one of those things that, okay, so what are some of the things that you feel like women are naturally better than men?
What you mean as far as that natural?
Meaning that, like,
Because I done seen some women get busy.
right?
That
Yes,
work, that
I'm
handle-
not
I
saying.
mean, I'm talking handling business.
Yeah,
like,
I
you
know,
what I'm saying?
I know that
You're
there's.
saying what are some work that women can do naturally?
Well, no, I'm saying what are some things that women are naturally just normally
Good,
better
better
than
than
men?
men?
Yeah, better at than men.
Like,
Naturally. Not talking about the few rare cases where it's a difference. I'm talking about on the grand scale.
Are we talking about in the workforce?
Yeah, are we talking about like
because if you're talking about the whole house thing, yeah, okay, you know what I mean. But then on the statistics side of things, when it comes to the house stuff, if you look up the statistics, I guess they say the father can assume the role as for the mother because he can give both.
I mean,
you know what I'm
he's
saying?
saying natural talent. Like, what is something that
like
comes,
talent,
like comes natural to women that does?
You saying in the workforce, right?
No, in general, right
in
now.
general.
I'm not, because in the workforce, if you trained at something, it's really how you apply yourself. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, see, natural means you don't necessarily need the training for this. It's like something that already just like
that's innate.
That kind of comes with it.
I don't know.
What do you mean? Like any job that had you need?
I mean, I don't
like a job.
No, not a job.
Like what
but
then?
Like talent wise, that comes natural to women. Like maybe women are more nurturing.
A nurse?
I wouldn't even say that nurturing, but that's not a woman's job. Men can be nurse. There are a lot of male nurses now.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Right? Yeah, but that's
I don't really have an answer.
But
for
there
this.
are different fields of work that men can do that women can't, like working on those oil rigs and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, people got to understand there are people who work jobs under the sea. The Navy has no women, so there is documented.
Do women normally have more patience than men?
No, I don't know.
No, not all the time.
I don't know.
In what situations though? I mean, all this is situation based.
Right. So
all
like
this is situation based.
So like handling kids.
Handling kids.
We was just talking about kids, right?
Yeah.
Do women normally have more patience dealing with kids than the husband?
And that could be a bad thing.
Yes, it could be a bad thing, but is that something that they normally have more than men?
But that's still not a thing.
Well, no, because
women can do that men can't do.
No, I never said it's something that men can't do. I'm just saying these are.
There's some flagrantly obvious jobs that, you know what I mean,
mm-hmm.
that even with training, the physical anatomy, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
It can't be done. We seen that with the 100, right? Mm-hmm. With the girls and the men pulling those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's what it was. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That.
But he's saying, what is it that a woman can do that a man cannot do?
I don't know. Tell me. I don't know.
I don't know.
You know I'm asking the question. I'm asking
because because it could be done, but is it going to be done at the same level? No. You know what I'm saying? Like depending on what it is.
That's ultimately the point. That's ultimately because when you say that anybody can do anything, technically yes, that's true for any and everything. But the quality of the job is going to be different. The speed of how fast the job is going to get done is going to be different.
And that's in the physical sense.
My thing is,
because if you talking the computer, if we talking literal things, I've seen men be able to be more organized and handle business in the computers in the office scene better than the female because of the logical thinking here. You know what I'm saying? So
any work field of the woman. Oh, let's say someone who's a receptionist.
What are the female dominant work fields?
I mean, there's any comparative field that a woman can do, a man can do it as well.
So is there any dominant female fields right now that exist in the world for work? Where it's mainly females that do that job?
Housekeepers or nurses?
There's, mental health, what I do, social workers, is more women.
That's what I was getting at the whole time.
But it doesn't mean that men can't do it and that there's no men in that field. There are literally fields that women don't even exist in.
I never said that men can't do it.
No, and they can do it just as well.
Right. But I never said that men can't do it. What I was saying, we done drifted so far away from what I was doing.
But that's what you asked. You said, is there anything in the field that a woman can do that a man cannot do?
Because there's automatic answers to naturally gifted things that men can do that women can't.
It's not because women are better with being a social worker. It's because they went to school for it and the men didn't.
The only thing I see,
it doesn't mean they were better at it.
Only thing I see is just the physical aspect of things.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's just the physical aspect of things. And some will say that you could say the old school way of thinking is just a hard grunt work that don't require much thinking, I guess. Just a hard grunt work type stuff. But all the thinking work, computer work, they both can do.
Right.
And it really depends on how communication skills got to be learned. All this stuff equally can be learned now when it comes to leadership and things like that. When it comes to bosses and all that. In my experience, in any field, I had better experiences with the guy being the boss than the woman being the boss. I think Wisha said this too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because it's so crazy because I work in mental health. Both of my supervisors are males.
Right.
And they're not, and one of my supervisors, he was a social worker, you know, and now he's
So,
you know, our supervisor.
In certain aspects, you know, feelings, like now when it comes to feelings, like guys are better at logic.
Right.
Is what it is.
Right.
In certain
But
situations,
in
caregiving,
in a field like caregiving, you kind of have to. Well, I ain't gonna say you kind of have to.
you have to have logic
catering to the person's feelings is of a high importance.
That's a bad
I will
thing
say
too.
this. I think one field that women, I don't ever see men in, is like the daycare field.
Who want to do
This
that?
wasn't hard. I don't know why we had to dance around the whole world to get to
that.
I asked what you thought.
Those
You
are
said I'm asking
those
you.
are a couple little instances though, because you said work. You didn't
Right.
break it down.
But
You just said work.
But that is work.
There's a whole bunch of different levels of work.
But
you know what I'm saying?
daycare is a job. That is work.
That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
So is that the point you were trying to make?
No, all I was getting at, because when we were talking about stay-at-home spouses and stuff like that, and she was like, she wouldn't be okay with a stay-at-home husband. And I was like, okay, well, what kind of man is he while he's staying at home? What is he doing with himself? And I forgot where it went to get to here. But initially, I think the point that I was just trying to get at was that how many fields are available that women can actually excel at, like that, to where they make the kind of big bucks to where a man can just stay home and not.
Well, daycare is not, I mean, if you're an owner, you could, but if you're just a worker, that's not
right.
happening.
you have to own it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you own
Yeah.
it, you can.
So, yeah, if a guy owned like a daycare or something.
But then when you talk about owning,
yeah.
how much do you make and how much do you
Or
pay
if a
your
woman,
employees
yeah.
Right.
for this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, because if you got big business, you can't watch 20 kids. You gotta kind of, you know what I'm saying, pay other people.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
it's just not many fields that, and it's not a whole lot of fields. It's not like there's a whole slew of fields that men can do that women can't. It's just is more interchangeable.
It has to be
when it
explained
comes
by
to
the
that.
job, dog. Like it's really
It's more interchangeable.
work. It just depends the type of job it is.
Right.
The type.
And I will also say, you know, to play devil's advocate, one of those home birth nurses, a midwife. I think
What's
that
that?
is a pretty much woman field here.
The,
I've never
the doctor
never
that's
heard of
there just telling the push,
I've never heard of a
push,
midwife being a
breathe
male,
in and out,
ever.
all that stuff.
And they're
right?
not doctors, they're usually nurses. But they have like
Somebody live there.
training and
They're just there for the
they
birth.
assist
Oh.
with home birth. So instead of, you know, they basically are the people that's helping you prepare for a birth
So
at
they
home.
pull up when you have.
Yeah,
Mhm,
so
yeah,
they
they
come
do.
to the house, help you deliver. I've never heard of a male midwife ever in my life.
I mean,
You probably shouldn't. I mean,
I
because
completely understand that.
like
you're not a woman.
But there's male.
They deliver the baby maybe,
Yeah,
but I mean
they're
that's
doing the same thing.
I don't know. Look, whatever.
You know about like male doctors? Because you know,
Like,
remember Cosby was a male
not OBGYN.
OBGYN?
Like a neonatal. What are the ones that you call when they deliver the
Yeah, like the Bill Cosby show. He was
they-
a
gynecologist.
yeah. No, he delivered babies though. Yeah, he
But isn't
delivered
it when they
babies.
deliver the baby, it's somebody actually fighting?
And there is a lot of males, but
and a doctor
midwives,
pulling.
I feel like midwives has different specialties because they're
I
going
don't know
off
if they
instinct.
pull, but
or whatever the case is, they make it. They doing something. They, you know what I mean? Like,
but I would
but there's
what I
somebody by the
understood-
bed
a woman midwife.
telling them to, you know what I'm saying, what to do.
well, I
Right.
mean, from what I understood, you know, the one that's right there between the legs, getting ready to catch, is the one that's saying,
That's
breathe,
giving the instructions.
push and breathe and push and breathe and
at
push.
home, not necessarily at the hospital.
Well, yeah, because they got a whole squad.
Yeah,
They-
so at the
have a
hospital,
whole
I thought it was
squad,
somebody
yeah.
here, like,
But
yo,
at home is very more one-on-one. So you
Mhm.
really got to know about female anatomy, instinct,
Mhm.
you know, not just what you're taught,
Right,
which I feel like only a woman can know that about another woman.
right.
that's common. I mean, that's just,
I mean, well, like, yeah, like, should a man be in female health? Like,
no, I
I
mean,
don't have an issue with that. My childhood doctor was a male, and he was our greatest family doctor. He was
I
amazing.
mean, that really all depends. You got to really do,
all right,
you know, proper screening on this cat to make sure that's even, you know what I'm saying, feasible.
right,
Honestly,
right.
I don't know. Our whole family doctor, he was a male doctor, and he was amazing.
You could study if you do your proper, but at the end of the day, you're still not a woman, so you don't know the. You can do all the reading and all that stuff
Right.
and knowing, you're still not no female. Same thing with a guy.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
That's what it is.
I mean, going back to the physical stuff, slinging a hammer is different between a man and a woman. Slinging a hammer, and
So you're saying slinging a hammer comes natural to a man?
no. You still have to be taught fundamentally how to hold the hammer, how to swing it, but to have enough power behind the hammer to hit the target properly and whatnot, that comes easier with a man because he's got the natural strength that some females just don't have. They have to go to the weight room and get.
I don't know, because I feel like it depends on where, like, what type of job you're using a hammer for.
Man, I know we call. Listen, we call repair people, and I done seen a straight whole female squad pull up. I'm not even gonna lie.
And like I said,
business,
I'm
bro,
not
like,
saying
with the
that.
hammer and all that.
I'm
So
not
I don't-
saying that
you
they
know what I'm
can't
saying?
do
Like,
it.
I can't. You know,
I'm not saying that they can't do it.
because you got some weak men too. All dudes aren't just naturally strong. You do know that.
No, yeah, I know that
You know what I'm
dudes
saying?
ain't
Like,
naturally.
you know,
I know that
You
not
give
all
these
dudes.
dudes some tools, they,
I get that.
you know
part.
what I mean? Like,
I
so,
get that part, but physically, just the way that we were designed,
It's the old school way of thinking. Because
that's why I said
You know what I
traditional
mean?
from
Like,
the
that,
beginning.
you know,
I said
because
traditional from the output.
that's pretty much, well, fixing up things in the house, that's men, or anything with screws, hammers, and anything like that is men work.
And
off rip.
see,
You know what I'm saying?
that's why I said, what kind of husband is the stay-at-home husband?
You know
Like,
what
what
I
is he
mean? Like-
doing with his spare time? What is he doing with his spare time? Because normally, do you normally think of a stay-at-home wife to be the one that handles all of that kind of work?
It all no. I mean, it depends what. I mean, when it comes to that to me is an opinion, though.
Yeah, but like
When it comes
but
to
do
guys
you
fixing stuff.
do
in the
you do you normally think of a female stay-at-home wife in that sense?
house. What?
Like,
Fixing things
she's
around the
going to
house?
be fixing things around the house. She's going to be maintaining the things when things get broken, or she's going to be taking care. Is that the first thing that comes to your mind?
No, I think it's somebody with kids though that stay at home. That's the first thing
You
comes
like,
to my
child,
mind.
I don't even think about
The first thing
of somebody staying at home who ain't got no kids.
No.
Never did.
The only reason because I grew up seeing my mom. She know how to do things.
Right.
She handle business. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I seen my mom get busy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, but the thing is, if I'm thinking stay at home, I'm thinking you got kids off rip.
Mm-hmm.
And you got kids, and sometimes there's cats. I know dudes that just, hey, the plumbing is the toilet jacket. Let me call this guy to come handle this, blah blah blah, and pay
Right.
because they got the dough to do it. Because they don't. I'm worried. I don't got time to be fixing all the stuff around the house. I'm gonna call somebody to do this because I'm out working. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
what it is.
that's where the whole point.
Know what I
Stay
mean?
at home
So
husband. That's why I said, what kind of stay at home husband are you?
you know what I mean?
Because I feel like if you gonna be staying at home, then just like how the female would be taking care of her responsibilities at the
But
house,
if to stay
do
at
your
home,
part,
like,
taking
you know.
care of the house too.
Well, I know for me growing up, you know, I grew up traditional. My mom would stay at home, but there was a period of time where my mom did work and my dad was off work for a while, so he was a stay-at-home dad. He did all the woman stuff, quote unquote. He did our hair.
Yep.
He cooked dinner, cleaned the house. I mean, having 2 daughters, my mom didn't do she had to work. She was a school bus driver. My dad had to get that brush and comb and know how to comb little girls' hairs.
Life presents you with different challenges,
You know.
when you marry. It's just straight like that. Sometimes the roles may reverse sometimes.
Yeah,
maybe.
and that
depending
situation,
on, you don't know if
but
it's going
he
to happen
also,
or not. You know what I mean?
my mom didn't lift a finger to even look under a hood of a car.
Mm.
I've never seen her mow grass a day in my life. You know,
not that there's anything wrong with a woman knowing how to do
What
it.
was that?
well, there's not, because my dad made us do it. You know, when our brothers moved out, but he didn't make my mom do it. My mom did not do any type of mail, nothing. I've never seen her with a hammer or a screwdriver. But it's funny that my dad wanted his daughters to know how to do some of that stuff. He didn't want us to be helpless. He wanted us to know. He always said he would want us to learn how to change our own oil, learn how to do basic stuff, like changing a tire. My mom, he never would even dream of my mom even doing nothing like that. But he wanted us as girls. So I think this also has to do with generation. He knew, like, okay, these new generation of men coming up is just not the same. My daughters are going to have to learn how to do stuff independently.
Because the whole point is to keep you from relying on constantly having to dish money out for somebody else to do something that you are capable of doing if you learn how to do it.
Well, also, he wanted us to be able to know how to do certain things in an emergency situation as well.
That too.
You know.
I mean, that, like, say you get a flat tire, you pull over the side of the road, you know how to change that. Because every car comes equipped with a spare tire and the tools to change a tire. So do you know how to do that? That's something that I feel like everybody should know how to do.
Yeah, which I've never learned. But I mean, it was just little simple stuff like that and it's not, so he never expected from my mom because he did all that. But he knew the next generation is different. So even in our generation, we see how the generations change. So now it's to the point to where men or women are both working, you know, in the households now. There is no more roles anymore.
Right.
So now women are teaching their sons, hey, you need to know how to cook. You need to know how to do this stuff, because you may not get a wife that does all that.
Well, I mean, I would teach that anyway.
But that's not something that was really taught to boys traditionally.
Traditionally.
But now it is.
My mother told me that.
Yeah,
my mother
now
told
it
me,
is.
like, you don't want nobody, like, just, I mean, I learned how to cook early.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
at least the basics.
You know what I mean?
I'm not saying you need to put together a whole gourmet meal.
Nah, I mean,
at least the basics so you can feed yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's. I think everybody should know how to do that. Just like changing the tire.
Right.
Should not be. I don't know it.
Because the thing is, the price of everything is going up.
I mean,
in a minute,
we're
gonna be having to grow our own.
Is it realistic?
Vegetables in a minute.
Is it realistic nowadays? Depending on, because the way folks get paid now, you know, they cut pay of high paying jobs. Like in my field, used to be way high payer than this. You know what I'm saying? They chopped that down. You know what I mean? So, is it realistic for a guy to have 5 kids and a stay-at-home wife and take care of everything and be comfortable? Now,
in most cases, no. But you do have cases where dudes still have a job that can take care of things like that.
I'm just saying, you know, when the old school, you know, way, usually because, you know, I want 3 to 5 kids and house and picket fence, dogs and all of that. You never hear about the cost of these things. They just say that. You know
well, see, like, because the other thing about it too is that some people when it comes to certain things that you have to buy, some people don't educate themselves on the products to be able to avoid paying the overpriced version of stuff.
Yeah.
So like buying a house, it's always cheaper to buy land and custom build your own house. It's always going to be cheaper than that versus having the builder build your house, because now he want his cut of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody has it like that, or they have the time to want to look into that. So that's just one example of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you talking about like shopping for products, like we talked about the other day. I don't know how many people would do this or nothing like that, but knowing the prices and of differences of where groceries are at cheaper at other spots than in certain other grocery stores.
Yeah.
Like that takes a little bit of time to do your research to look up, oh, they selling the same thing for less than half the price.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad did that every week.
Or
He
just
did
even,
that every. I mean, the grocery planning was intense in my family.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad took that Sunday newspaper and circled where the cheapest produce and stuff was at every store in the area.
or just a brand of food.
Oh
you know
my
what I'm saying?
God, yes.
Because a lot of times I've ate different brands of food, and it all depends on how you cook it and how it tastes.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah, because
You know what I'm saying?
what he would do was my mom would write her list. And brands count. Because y'all know some cereal brands is just not the same.
Well, yeah, obviously, but you know,
No, there's some things that you can't buy like Meyer brand
like
cereal.
breakfast, like
Yeah,
Pop-Tarts and things like that. But
That's
the cookies
not
be
the
tasting the
same.
same, though.
I don't know about that. Who
Them
brought them Oreo
cookies be
cookies?
tasting the same.
They
brought-
don't
Andrea,
taste the
them
same.
Oreo
Who brought the
cookies taste
Oreo
different?
cookies?
They
They-
don't
I was like,
taste
who
the
brought
same.
these bootleg Oreo cookies in the house?
You-
Nah,
they don't. You
They
can't.
don't taste the same.
I was like, where's the
dipped
Oreos
those
at?
little Oreos that in the blue package. What is it, the Kroger's kind?
No.
And I ate up.
No,
Tastes
listen,
exact same.
I
They
am
don't.
my-
They
no.
don't taste the exact same.
No,
if you have a
no.
side by side comparison of them right
Just
next to
looking
each other,
at it in my mind is not gonna.
So
taste
you
the
want to
same.
pay $4.99 or $1.99?
no, I'm not-
$4.99.
Look,
I'm not
really-
getting bootleg
Did you
Oreos.
notice?
Well, hold up.
Did you
Now
notice
we got a
that they
perfect
weren't
example right here.
Oreos?
Them bootleg
I
Starburst
didn't eat
that you bought.
those.
Right?
Those I can't lie.
They
was
taste
like-
different,
They was just
though.
small.
They
They
taste way
they
different.
taste different.
They was mushy, but they was
It's
alright.
more.
You said it was mushy.
They was mushy, but they was alright though. They wasn't nasty.
Wasn't it different, Josh? It's like I couldn't put my finger on it.
It was different from the very first one. It was different. From the
Okay.
very first one. Like you crack that open and you see like I don't know, like it looked like it's like
It was like
Was it nasty or not?
it wasn't nasty,
All right,
but it
then.
just wasn't Starburst. It just wasn't Starburst. But just because it wasn't nasty doesn't mean it tastes exactly the same.
You could
I
put
didn't-
a
like,
I'm not
blindfold
saying-
on me and I could tell.
Yeah,
you.
you'd be able to
she-
tell that.
No, she fronting because
Oh, they were good.
No, because let me tell you, there was a time I had some Oreos in the Ziploc and she ate my stuff.
Mhm.
Mhm.
She did not know those was the Kroger Oreos.
If you would have
Right.
told me, I wouldn't have ate them.
But yeah,
Mm.
See,
but
Yeah.
she
that
she
tells
ate
you
my
that
stuff
that
though,
can't tell.
with the milk and all that, and was
No,
like,
I
"Oh, these
didn't know
Oreos
those
is
no-
good."
I
No,
didn't know
see,
that was
now see,
Kroger
look,
Oreos,
now
man.
with her
But
when
that
she
proves the point, though, that
when
she couldn't
she-
tell.
when she makes an Oreo cheesecake and she uses those, you can't tell the difference. But
But then
if you have an
depends how you
Oreo
cook it.
cookie, if you have an Oreo cookie singular, and you have one of those cookies singular, and you eat them right next to each other, you're going to be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, you can't. You
Because
tricked
I
me.
can tell
Is
the
it,
difference.
is it a
You
$4
tricked me.
difference worth though?
Yes.
Difference?
I need
That's,
Oreos.
that's not the question. The
I'm
question
sorry.
is,
You
is
just
there a
said
difference?
grocery shopping for different products.
Okay, but
Right.
there are some things I'm just not gonna substitute. I'm not gonna substitute Pop-Tarts for Kroger pastry.
I never said I would do that. I
Like,
said specifically Oreo. I said you can't get the.
Like I'm not gonna do that.
You can't do them things is nasty. Real talk. The fake Pop-Tarts, horrible. You know what I'm saying? Even my mom didn't even like be like the real ones of this. You know what I mean? Like these are nasty. Or certain cereal is good though. I'm not gonna front. Like some of that bag cereal do taste good depending on what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
it's not about it tasting good. It's just it don't taste the same as the
Right.
the brand that you
Right.
are
But
used
if
to
you
know.
got mad kids though, are you getting that bag cereal that tastes just a little different, but you got all this, or you finna get that little small box for $6.99, or the bag cereal for $3.
It all depends on what's your
saying?
financial situation and what you willing to cut.
What?
It all depends on your financial situation and what you willing to what you willing to cut back on. It all depends on that. We can do that with clothes, shoes, like Jordans. How many people have to have a pair of Jordans or Nikes in order to play or in order to have a fashion or whatever? But you can go to Payless or you can go to Walmart.
Well, let's be honest.
Who's going to do that?
When it comes to playing, if you getting some shoes for activity wise, you wouldn't get Payless. You would go get some decent Nikes or something like that. Payless gonna tear up. You know that.
Right.
They're terrible. Those are terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you don't have to spend $100 and some odd dollars either.
Right. Yeah.
You can go in the middle and get you some decent. That's how I was growing up. My mom was not. She like, look, man. She got me a pair of Jordans once. That's it. Everything else, I had decent shoes, just regular. Get you some still name brand.
Right.
Instead of getting shoes for $125.
Does it have to be name brand? It doesn't have to be name brand.
Is there any shoes that are not Jordans that are comparable
to Jordans? You said yourself.
When you say comparable, in what sense?
Like style, comfortability, stuff like that.
Jordans ain't all that comfortable.
Well, technically, I don't know if this is this way still to this day, but I know the first pair of LeBron shoes that I ever had, his shoes got voted the most comfortable shoe in the basketball world. Mm-hmm. And, those ain't Jordans, but I
think right now that Sabrina lady, her shoes is actually leading.
So, I don't know. But when you talk about, because people really buy Jordans just because of the name.
Listen, at the end of the day, if you're going to be doing certain activities, you can't put BS on your feet. If you jogging, even if you're a runner, you can't go get no cheap Payless running shoes. You're going to have ankle problems. You got to have the proper stuff. You know what I mean?
You may not even be able to get Nike shoes from DSW. You may have to literally go to the running store.
Some things you can't just play the cheap game with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to get the quality stuff. If you're going to be doing any type of physical activity, any of that.
Work boots, all that stuff.
You can work boots, prime example. You cannot get no BS work boots and think they about to last you 4-5 months.
Right. Depending on the trade that you in.
Even quality work boots may last you a year and some change. Mm-hmm. Depending on how intensive. You can't just get some stuff. You just can't play the cheap game with. It's what it is.
Yeah.
You have to get the quality.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other way around.
And then there's other things that's you can play the cheap game if you want to, but you're going to end up costing more money because you're going to constantly be replacing the cheap thing over and over and over versus if you just bought the quality one for that first time, which is not everybody has the financial capability to buy the quality one that first time. They have to keep going with the cheap one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It looked like a coach told me before when he didn't tell me this. You know what I'm saying? He told the dude, look, if you're going to do this, you have to, if anything, get you some better cleats.
Right.
There's no, because you're going to end up the injury that you're going to sustain, you know what I'm saying, is going to be way worse than forking up the extra money to get this. Mm-hmm. There's no way around it.
Right.
There's no way around it. Right. Just like what Allen Iverson said, my mom sacrificed the water bill to get me some shoes.
Right.
You can't do that. So there's certain things you just can't do. You can't come to work, I can't afford steel toes.
Right.
Listen, you want your foot to get crushed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to do it.
Yeah, and that's where, depending on what we're talking about here, going back to the stay-at-home spouses, those are the avenues where, in my life experience, the female has always been better than the male. Not that males can't be like that.
Which experience,
as far as being what do you call that?
The budgeter?
Budgeting and money conscious of knowing what's cheaper and what's not and whatnot. all that's
That's just knowledge. That's knowledge and caring. That's not gender based.
I know it's not gender based. I just said in my experience, females are better than that, than what the males are in my experience.
Well, that's
I
what
don't
you
know.
dealt
I
with.
feel like in my house, my parents, my dad. See, if my mom wrote the list, my dad did the budget.
I can see both sides here.
If we went shopping, there's no way my dad was gonna let my mom go shopping, and he not do the budget for her.
Yeah, I was about to say, because there's some cats,
Right.
they're not about to let they're not letting a woman actually at all, because they way of spending is ridiculous.
Yes.
Like, dog, no, we not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
There's extremes on both sides.
I've seen it equal on both. I've seen some instances. It's kind of down the middle. It just depends the household, really. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen some dudes that's cold with the finances. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's caring and all that. Like, you're not about to just because, you know what I mean?
But like in my brother's house, my sister-in-law does the budget. She's an accountant. She is like cold. Like
super cold.
Very cold.
Does the taxes and all that.
Right.
Yeah. With
So-
all them kids.
So it just depends who.
Right.
It really, like,
that's why I said
it
my
depends.
experience.
Yeah.
That's
It's
why I
like-
said my experience, because like you give me a list of groceries and you say I need macaroni. I go to the store, I see macaroni on the shelf, I grab the macaroni.
Yeah, that's how the milk got sent back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
No. I'm just saying, like, you gotta like. No, because when you gotta look at the prices. I know Louis should be telling me that stuff.
Mhm.
Because I know I just try to get the quality. See, me, if she asks me for something, I try to get the quality because I think she cares about the quality.
He will get.
I think she cares about the
He
quality.
also cares about quantity. He be like, well,
Yeah.
you asked for this, but I got the one that's 3 times bigger. I'm like,
If
what are we gonna do
it's
with
like
all
a
that?
dollar up,
I'm like, what are we
Yeah,
gonna
that
do
makes
with all
sense
of
to me.
that?
if it's a
But
dollar up,
That makes sense to
if
me.
I need,
But
let's
we don't
say,
need
if
all
there's
that.
certain things
nah,
that's gonna spoil.
forget all that.
And
Like,
if it's something you don't cook often, you just need
That's
a
what I'm
little
saying.
bit of
yeah,
it.
but the
It's
price
no
be
point
looking
in-
crazy. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
no
Like,
point in buying the biggest
you're
thing.
buying there's certain things you can buy in bulk.
Because at that point, you're just wasting.
Like, look how many giant bags of apples you buy for lunch, and half of them go right. Instead of you just getting a few apples.
Let's be honest. No, let's be honest. Because they, for whatever reason, when I buy the apples, after a couple days, they just start spoiling.
But Matt, you would buy a bag of like 15 apples. We're not gonna eat that many apples in 1 week. And he does it every
No,
week.
that's because she tells me, get some apples because I'm going to take some for lunch. This is for
That's
both
not
of
all
us.
the time. though.
This is for both of us. She don't take them for lunch. But then if I
That's
don't
not all
do
the
that,
time, though.
if I don't grab the apples, now she want to eat the little bit of apples I have, and I have no apples Friday because she decided to want to eat apples now. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing I can do here when it comes to that. You know, when I do it, I get it for both of us because she said she want to eat the same lunch. That's what she said.
All I'm saying is sometimes
so-
we don't need all that volume because then I have to throw half of it out. Or
You know,
most of it.
but you already know what the
Like
fruit.
if I say, give me a can of tomatoes for a recipe, he'll get the giant can, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to use all this. I'm gonna have to throw most of this out. Well, it was only 79 cents more. So, and I'm just like, yeah, but I'm not gonna be able to use all of that.
Excuse me for making sense. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Mm.
I mean, well, it's kind of doesn't when you gotta throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you paying for something, you want to use it.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like in the household, it really depends. But if my husband, like I said, if he worked and took care of me all these years, driving trucks, breaking his back, and I, got a business that was boom, sky, us making money, I would retire.
Yes.
Sure, I don't have no problem doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I would retire now.
We've talked about that.
If I was able to, I had a lifelong, like the comedian. If I was a comedian, I would do the same thing.
Some people don't feel that way though. I can't.
I mean, just throughout the years,
I
knowing
can't-
the
I can't.
sacrifices.
I can't recall who, but was this a TV show? I don't know. I don't know. I can't recall. Maybe you know more. What?
Would you retire me?
I just tell you. I just said that. Just said
But
something.
didn't he say yesterday, Andrea? Well, what you doing? What you gonna be doing? I didn't say I would retire him, and then I'd be like, well, what you gonna be doing?
Did you just hear what I just said a second ago?
What'd you say?
I said I do the same thing.
So you would retire me
Yeah.
without asking me what you doing?
Yeah, we talked. You said
Well, I would
the
assume
word
since
retired
you're retired, you're old,
means
so
No, that's not true.
retired is
No,
like,
retired.
older.
enough
Yeah.
to where you ain't gotta even
Yeah,
nobody
because this
gotta.
comedian, they're not like in retirement age. They she's making money.
But
and
even when they come to
she
retiring,
retired.
it's a certain budget with that.
Yeah, she quote unquote
Because-
retired.
Yeah, because you ain't making the money
can't-
no more.
You can't even retiring because I know even retiring is certain. Because I done heard folks say I dip in my. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Of course,
usually
on a regular
retirement,
basis.
you have to. It's a certain lifestyle you gotta live in retirement.
In your retirement.
You know what I mean? You got
Work a
it's a
certain
certain
amount of
lifestyle
years. Yeah.
that you got. You can't be living a crazy lifestyle with retirement.
I mean, that's why I don't think if I was to retire from the trade or whatever, I think I would still try to find old means of working. But it would just be like really easy.
Some working sometimes keeps you alive.
But hold on.
Yes, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, actually.
if Josh worked 20 years and then you was able to have some come up where you making as much money to support the both of y'all, would you retire him?
If that's what he wanted to do, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he's just sitting at home all day.
See what I'm saying? It always goes back to that. It always is so like if you gonna be a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home husband, stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, what is it that you're doing?
Would you retire her and not say what you be doing?
Well, no, I wouldn't be asking those questions after the fact because we would have that discussion before it happened. Like, what is the plan? Like, what is the plan? What is it that you want to do? And if you want to stay home and do nothing, and then I can't have a problem with you staying at home and doing nothing because you expressed that to me before we did it, and so I'm knowing what I'm getting.
Okay, but I'm saying if she worked 20 years, held it down for you, and then you ended up getting a multi-million business, whatever. From whatever.
She doesn't have to work at all.
So without you questioning what you're doing every day.
I mean, questioning in the sense of like, you gonna do something, or like, oh, how was your day? What'd you do today?
No, you gonna do something.
Oh yeah, I'm not like on that tip when it comes to like doing all that stuff. Even if she's young, I'm not really on that tip as far as like there is certain things that I would expect. There are certain things that I would expect.
Like what?
Well, like I said, if you're gonna be staying at home for either party while the other is out working and providing the finances to take care of the crib, I would expect that, I shouldn't come home to a messy house.
So, but what if you're having a multi-million-dollar business? Can't y'all like hire staff to maintain that?
Why would you do that?
Because I can't clean a mansion.
Why would you stay in the mansion?
If he wants to.
I never said that. I never said that.
You said.
Have
you
anyone ever
always
heard me
said
say
that.
I want a mansion?
You said, Buisha, if I was making $1 billion,
I asked the question. No, I asked her
would you stay in this
hypothetically.
mansion? Would you
I
stay in that
said,
mansion? Would you
would
say
you
you
want
wouldn't
people
mind? You
living
wouldn't
with
mind
us?
staying in the mansion?
Would you want people living with us? Would you want, if I was somehow get a mansion, would you want people living with us? She was like, no. She said, well, maybe her parents.
You can only be in one
You know
room
what I'm
at a
saying?
time.
But she said no, though. She don't want that close access to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, now that
I'm
my
not-
parents
I'm
are
not-
getting older,
I'm
I
not-
would not mind.
I've always
staying.
said it'd be rules, though, because let's say that was to happen and parents stayed, right? There's just certain things that, you know what I'm saying? It's just what we all live under the same roof. It's just respect has to be had. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like you can just
See,
You know what I mean? Like that's
if I got it like that, to where I can be a billionaire, the way I would handle that, I would buy a big batch of land, and in this batch of land, there could be a couple of homes on the batch of land.
that makes sense.
And you can have your house over here. You can have your house over here.
So you wouldn't want it like, so you wouldn't do like a big house where it's sectioned off though?
I mean, I would rather not do it that way because I see the value in having my own four walls and not being attached.
It makes it. That's what I asked her. I didn't say like, oh, this would be. I just asked because me personally, I like my person. I don't like being bothered sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody feels that way.
There's pros and cons to everything. Now,
You know what I mean?
I've seen it done that way where it's a big batch of land that the family owns and each member of the family has their own house on the batch of land. But that can come with issues too.
I was about to say, they'll still just be showing up, bothering you still. That won't stop nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's not going to stop that. And then it's like, you know, being nosy what's going on in your life. You have friends over. Oh, I see you had them over. What y'all do?
Yeah, parents going to be parents.
Right.
Regardless of
not just parents. It could be a sibling.
Who would you do that for, though?
Yeah, my parents would be the only ones that would stay.
Like, who would you do that for?
Talking about buy batch of land.
Because family, just because folks is family, that don't mean they family. Right. You just share the same bloodstream. So, I mean... It
has to be family members that I'm close with that I have that.
And how many is that, though?
It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Like
that will look that... I ain't gonna say deserve but that you feel like will do that for you if they had that look out for you if they had that.
It's a small number. Like I feel like because so like my grandmother was born, right? When she was gambling. And she would take a gambling trip when she would win some money, and she comes back around, she'll give me and my sister money. So, oh yeah, I won, so here.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, like that. I feel like at one point in time, my cousins was the same. Well, my close cousins at the time, we was the same way. My cousin Fella and my cousin Lorenzo.
Yeah.
We was the same way.
Yeah.
We was like, I got it. Well, that means you got it too.
Yeah.
Those.
You said at one point in time.
At one point in time, like, and I mean that by saying like right now we're not as close as we used to be. Partially because of not being around and growing up and being an adult.
Yeah.
So, you know, time has allowed that part of it to kind of go down. Doesn't mean that we can't see each other tomorrow and just chop it up like we never lost a day.
Yeah.
It just means that, you know, we don't talk as much.
Folks have kids, folks have families, folks, you know, got wives.
Right. I mean, I would be more inclined to do that for close friends that are in my life right now. Because for me, my family, being that they all in Jacksonville, they would all have to travel to be where I'm at.
Saying they wouldn't do it?
So you saying it wouldn't be like Frank Lucas where he went and got all his family?
I don't think someone would do it. I mean, especially like say we was to be in Michigan doing this, right? They ain't trying to deal with the cold. They ain't trying to deal with the cold.
Even if you had a land house for house already on point, like yo.
I don't think they try and deal with the cold like that. Like I don't think they trying to deal with the cold. I mean,
you got adjusted.
I did, but then you also got to think it's a whole life adjustment for them. That I went through that they would also have to go through. Like you don't know nobody up here. Well, you got to learn people up here. You got to build friendships up here. You don't have a job. You have to get a job up here. You don't have the clothing. So you got to buy the wardrobe that's appropriate for being up here.
But that happens in any situation, even if a guy moved from the cold to the heat.
It's easier for that to happen because in that case you just getting rid of stuff because you don't need it.
Yeah, but the job factor is still an issue. Getting to know people is still
that's all the same thing. From a different
right when you So
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like I think, and then the other factor to it is that they have to willing to be away from family, like how I am.
Oh man, some people are. I mean, I get it. Some people are very family like. I mean, some people are like.
Because that's still a hard thing for me sometimes.
Yeah, some people.
To
I get it. Some people are very family oriented, and it's only based off family, the movements they make, and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
But it also depends. Like if you have, let's say, elderly parents, you're not gonna be so quick to like move too far away from.
I wouldn't
No,
want.
not at
I
all.
wouldn't want due to me working in that space.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want my mom and nothing up in the house. I wouldn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
I would, you know, nah, because they don't. Especially with the type of workers that's out now. Oh, not really that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then the thing that would make something like that really challenging is if you're the one that's like paying for all of this to get done, you move them in, whoever it is, and they show you over time that they don't appreciate what you did.
But that happens. That usually what causes wedges.
That's
why.
why.
Things, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
why I would rather, like, if I was in that situation, I would rather just pay for you to have a place to stay where you want to stay.
Will you cover the funds of everything, or you just gonna pay for the place?
Oh no, I'ma just pay for the place. Like, you ain't got to pay no mortgage, but you got to pay for the utilities.
Yeah,
you got to
that's
pay
the
all
point.
of that
You
stuff.
might as well just give them a certain amount of cash and say, "Hey, this is."
And make it clear, like make it clear,
That's it.
clear, like this is.
I said that I would do that for certain deserving family members based on what
Like, because if you blow through this,
That's it.
like if you blow through this, because this is like when.
But that's why I said I don't believe in just giving the money.
Yeah, like you.
I'm not trying to.
No, I
give
agree with you.
the
there.
money.
No, I agree with you.
If realistically, who in your family, not yours, but in general, can you buy a house for it and they be able to maintain it?
I mean,
financially?
you know, that's.
Because I know ain't nobody up in my family gonna be able to do that.
That would be.
But that depends where you want to.
Well, see, like when you take away the mortgage payment away from somebody's monthly bills, that makes the financial necessary means to come up with on a monthly basis a whole lot lighter.
Yeah,
It
but then,
does, but that don't mean that they gonna do it.
But
though.
then the type of house you want,
It-
that counts. The taxes, because you still got to pay the taxes
Oh, well,
on top
look,
of the more.
I'm
I'm not
going to be like, oh, it's just you and your wife. Let me get you this massive 2-story joint where you got all these. No, I'm gonna give you like.
Listen, it doesn't matter with my family. I can get them something that's $300,000, $250,000, and they still wouldn't be able to afford. I was still getting calls to help pay some bills.
Right. So that's
why it's best just to
you know them and you know that, so you know that wouldn't be a good thing for them. That's why I said it would be the deserving ones that I know of in my family. Or if you want to stay where you at, I just pay your house off for you. Whatever you been paying, I just pay that off for you. You can stay there if you want to.
Now paying off something, that's a good idea.
Yeah, paying it off. I'm all about.
That's a really good idea.
I'm all about stuff like. I mean,
That's a good idea.
But once you you gotta understand. Once you say if anybody in here won the lottery, man, listen, that's a good thing, but then it's a bad thing for all the people that's gonna come out the woodworks.
Isn't there a way for people to like?
No, when you win, you
without...
can't win that anonymously. They tell.
They put it all up in
They
the
tell.
newspaper and stuff like that.
You can't do that now. The only time I seen some dude, he won the lottery and he had like a mask on or something like that with some gloves. No, for real, remember? You ain't see that? You know what I'm saying? He had this big old check with a mask on, some gloves. But they still tell you. You know what I mean? They
say John Smith, but we don't know which John Smith it is because he got a mask on with some gloves. That's pretty smart.
Look, I don't know. I don't know. Taking care is, I don't know. you get a lump sum of money. There's gonna be people that share this. They're gonna feel entitled.
Right.
That's what it is. They're gonna feel entitled and feel like you owe them. How do I owe you? You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna feel that way.
Right. So that's.
It'll be people that you thought you was cool with like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's gonna act. It's gonna throw you full of like for real. Like you, it's like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, it's a double-edged sword when you're talking about winning lottery. Now, if you
if you had a cold business and you came up like that, and then you know what I'm saying, and then you started succeeding and boom, they gonna feel entitled to that too. It ain't really just lottery, but you know.
I mean, that's where you got to make it clear to the family that you helping. Like, this is not going to be no constant. I'm not going to be the ATM. Right,
and then you also know once the minute you say no, because all them yeses don't count until you say no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then once you say that one no, it deletes all them yeses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And those are the kind of family members. Okay, well, look, when you show your head, then you know you pretty much let me know how much I need to deal with you.
Well, and that's why you see a lot of celebrities and people who are rich. They go broke quickly because they taken care.
It's usually like this. They go broke fast, right? But you know, all they people, I guess you want to say in a sense, still rock them in a sense. But the ones who keep all their stuff, they have a strained relationship with their family. You wonder why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, to be stingy or to see somebody in need and have the ability to help them out and to not, like,
Now, what happens when you see somebody in need? You get them out of that situation, but then they're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Like helping out or enabling?
No, if you grab.
You got to think about it like this. If you see somebody in a situation and you help them out, how long does that help actually do them good for?
It's like the Mark Cuban Delonte West situation.
Mm-hmm.
He got him out that got him off the street, got him clean for a little second.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up getting a job, then he right back again, and he spent all that money. Well, now, how do you deal with that, Josh?
I'm not going to be able to keep helping you. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to be able to keep helping you. I'm not.
You put all that cheese out, and then you steal.
And for me, it's not going to make a difference of how great of a player you were for my franchise.
No, I'm talking about family or anything.
Right,
a relative or whatever the case.
All of that is going to be determined by, like, if you was out here and you was literally trying and you failed again, that's different than being out here not trying, going back down the same path.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm not saying that I won't be like super stiff on not helping out a person again.
Yeah.
But
yep, if I see somebody trying.
Yeah, if you're trying, sometimes
I got you.
For instance, like if say for instance I had a relative, somebody close to me, like cool like that, and they was off the drugs and stuff, messed up. Addiction is real. I don't care. It can happen to anybody in this room. Addiction. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they trying. You know what I'm saying? They doing their thing. They had a slip up due to somebody popping up. Like, you know, they just slipped up. It happened.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna have a discussion. Can't let that happen. You know.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if I see you trying, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's what it is.
It's all on the effort of the person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all on the effort of the person, because you got your own responsibilities that you got to take care of in your life. You can't throw somebody else's responsibilities that's not your family.
And that's the point.
But I'm also not going to be helping that person other than helping them get to rehab.
Yeah, the things
you
need
from
to get
at
out.
that point, like you, because okay, you want me to help? I know this clinic. I know this. We can check you in. Which one you like?
Yeah.
Because that shows that, okay, you're at least trying to help yourself.
Yeah, you got to get clean. I can't.
And if you have a problem with me presenting those to you,
You don't want to help.
And that's where it starts. Where it starts is you getting yourself together in that way first.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can help you. I'll help you through your journey.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to start here.
You got to get clean because I'm not about to age you. You know what I'm saying? Getting to
you got to get you got to get physically clean, but you also got to clean up your surroundings too. Like when I say your surroundings, you might not be able to leave your physical house. If I can help you reasonably do that, then I'll do that too. But that's not going to stop you from inviting your same friends over that.
That's what I'm saying.
You've got to flush them out your life.
Yeah, we're not gonna go back to the old neighborhood, you know.
And that'd be folks' main problem, honestly.
You know, after you leave rehab, we're gonna make sure you get into some transitional housing. You're getting integrated with the NA and AA community, so that way you have supports and you're staying away from those same people in the neighborhood.
Right.
That got you in trouble in the first place. It's a whole process.
It's always been that with like addicts. It's like peer pressure is a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, falling into old habits, even because that's what's comfortable, that's what's familiar.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you know. That's your You know how
your coping mechanism that you've been using.
So trying to integrate new coping mechanisms can be hard. Can
right.
be scary.
Because you don't know how to do it.
Exactly.
You don't know how to do it. And then that's where you got to kind of hold their hand in the beginning, or not you physically, but
in a sense,
a therapist needs to be there to pretty much hold their hand throughout the process.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's okay as long as they're putting in the work. And like Matt said, even if they slip up, but they going
the reality is
they're going to slip up at least once.
I've had people graduate the whole 90-day program for residential housing for addiction. And the next month they were back. And the first thing I would tell them is, don't you be having your head down. You came back. Mm-hmm. That's what's most important. You didn't stay out there. You knew that was not good for you, and you made the decision to come back.
It's just like a person who have a whole lifestyle of diet change, but they still slip up and eat a Twix or something. Mm-hmm. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's gonna happen.
But can you get yourself back up and get back on the horse, so to speak?
Yeah, because when you talk about drugs, there ain't no cheat day.
No.
With drugs.
Not a cheat day with
there's
drugs.
not no cheat day with drugs. There could be cheat days with some diets.
But you also can't stop eating.
No.
You can stop doing drugs, but you can't stop eating food.
Right.
Man, so you gotta, it's just... drugs is a cold piece right there, you know what I mean? And then, you always gonna have people like, because the minute you get clean, now you got people that that you've been rocking with the whole time. Oh man, just you be all right, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You be straight, man. And then it goes through different stages. Then they'll start hating you and getting upset at you because they feel like you changed up on them and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So,
which is like, they're not thinking straight.
Yeah.
Either, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're in their addiction too.
Right? Yep.
So.
And they just thinking, man, we used to have good old time doing this.
Yep.
Yeah, with good old consequences. I don't know how we got on that serious subject, but what was about what we was talking about?
Man, we do what we always do.
Talking about helping people.
Helping people.
Oh yeah, helping people and all that. You know what I mean? Look,
now we done made up the whole drug addict scenario.
I mean, real talk is real. I mean, look, it is what it is, man. Like
for real.
So I guess that concluded. I guess. I mean, we did the review.
I don't know.
I guess.
That's really up to y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
How long
10:30.
How long is the show? Look down there by the red, y'all.
Yeah, it's we hitting 2 hours, or we just hit
2 hours.
2 hours.
Oh, so we got a whole 3-hour joint that has to be processed.
Combined it.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 hours. I'm gonna combine it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be one big show. So
yeah. Well, let me see here. As far as what I got on this list, I guess I can take off the stay-at-home.
Josh be putting the list. Don't nobody go by this list at all no more.
Well, I
We be trying to, but we always end up off track.
That list, man. That list been there since the show started. You know what I'm saying?
no. This one, because I updated, so I've been like, as we talk about stuff, I erase it and I replace it with something else.
Oh, okay.
And so
he said he wants y'all to talk about makeup, right?
Yeah, but they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that. I would, and you know what? I put their slot in there, so if they wanted to, but they apparently don't care for it. So, as far as what we are supposed to talk about as a squad, there's the human trafficking, and then we still haven't done like the music subject, the top 10 artists from the past, hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
Past couple decades, whatever.
I can chime in on R&B. I can't really chime in on hip hop because I'm not a hip hop connoisseur.
She say this, but want to judge people bars and all that stuff,
that
and
is
say
not true.
This wasn't hitting like that. You know what I'm saying?
Not true.
I was listening to Omar Goodness. She didn't like that. She ain't like the Folgers Crystals line.
I'm not a hip hop connoisseur. So, but R&B, I got y'all.
Yeah, he raps. He's good.
Yeah.
No, he can rap though. He's good. I ain't gonna lie, he cold.
And then right now, as far as this could be subjects for all four of us, or it could just be a me and Matt show. But the NIL deal's impact on college sports, the ranking the NBA head coaches.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do the head coaches.
No, they ain't gonna do that.
They ain't doing that.
Why would you assume that?
Bushy, who's the head coaches? Who's the head coaches?
Doc Rivers.
No, I'm not talking about people from the past. Who's the head coaches now that if I showed you right now, you'd be like, oh, I know who that is.
Steve Kerr.
I'm not talking about older coaches. I'm talking about
JJ
Redick. See what I'm saying? Like,
He's
you know,
a new coach. You said old coaches.
I hear you being technical with it. But
am I not naming coaches?
That is being technical.
Is JJ Redick not always in the media?
Am I not naming coaches though?
Who's the head coach for the Grizzlies?
Okay.
Who's the head coach for the Pistons?
Yeah, I was about to say, who's that? Who's the head coach for the Detroit Pistons right now?
I don't know.
Okay.
Houston Rockets, Ime Udoka.
We know who Ime Udoka is.
Who? Okay.
Do we?
Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is viewed as a team that could potentially be a contender. Who's the head coach for Oklahoma City?
He has an accent. He's foreign. I just don't know.
Who's the head coach for the Knicks?
The Despicable Me guy.
You gonna do him like that? I mean, he do
Does
like
he not look
he do
like
like.
it?
I'm just saying, he gonna do him like. They say Jokic is like the Despicable Me guy. That's who they
like
say
the
like
dad?
him.
He does a little bit.
Because they say honestly,
he does a little bit, but Thibodeau is more on point.
Tibbs look more like the Penguin, but you know.
Right. All right.
But yeah, that's not unless y'all want to do that. If you want to get in on that,
this one's gonna take research.
You know
this one's gonna take research.
I don't want silence.
Oh, I mean, y'all just
so we're gonna include you in. No, you gonna be in on the coast.
I don't want to be.
Why? No, you gonna be on it now since you want to assume. Say I'm assuming like I don't know my wife.
Right,
you know,
right.
She don't know who the coaches is in the league like that. She know the popular ones.
Right.
And I'm talking about the old school popular ones.
Right.
Not talking about the cheating JJ Redick that's on the news every single day. You know what I'm saying? 6-7 days a week. That don't even count. I'm talking about, for real.
Now you're moving the goalposts.
No,
that don't count.
No, man. Like,
you did say name coaches,
that's like me sitting there. That's like me saying, "Do you know Justin Bieber?" I can say, "Yeah, I don't know his catalog."
That doesn't apply at all.
So, where did JJ Redick go to college?
Okay, man.
Where did he go to college?
I don't know. Florida.
Why is that a good question?
Because JJ Redick doesn't have much of a history as a coach, but we know his history as a player.
So
he used to play for Orlando.
That's one team. What?
So
And
you didn't
and
ask
and,
that, but
and
that
your
was a bonus
husband
answer.
and your husband
You
is a
didn't ask
Magic
that,
fan.
but
You know what I'm saying?
I
So we
said
not doing this.
I wasn't with
Okay,
him when
so what's
Well,
where do you play college? Where
I
do you
don't
play
know
college?
people's colleges. I know nobody.
So what? Name an other NBA team that's not Philly that he played for.
That's not. Oh. Let's see. JJ Redick.
Did he play for the Heat?
No.
all right. Look, we can just bypass
No.
that. We can just bypass that. All right. The other, I mean, now this is one
We
that
should do a trivia show.
Ooh.
we can do that.
We can do that.
We can do that.
Do we
That's
write them
what
up or do y'all write them up? We all write them up.
Well, we got to pick a
Well-
subject on like what trivia.
That's
Gonna
we
cover.
got to really like write up some
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what we writing up stuff. Okay, I mean, we can put that down.
Yeah, trivia
But-
game.
But
that'd
yeah,
be nice.
but let me see. Other subject. This is one that I thought I heard y'all express interest in possibly being a part of it.
Mhm.
As a professional athlete, should you play for money or for winning? And can you do both?
You can do both. But you know, we can talk about
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that.
All right.
because you got to have a.
and it kind of ties into the next one. NBA salaries effect on the game.
Yeah, that's a good transition.
And then
Wizards.
No. Wait, the Pelicans,
we're
man.
still trying.
The Pelicans.
And he also played for the Clippers.
Yeah, the Clips. He played for the Magic, the Sixers, the Pelicans, the Clips.
Yep.
You was thinking that whole time about it.
No, that just came to me. I was like, I feel like I've seen him in a wizard.
And then the other one, accolades. Are they truth tellers?
Oh.
And then
I don't know because Robert Horry is one of the most clutch shooters, game-winning style. But how many rings he got? 7?
6 with Michael, and then he got a couple with.
I think he got like 7, dogs. He won like 2 in Houston.
He was there. He was there for the Houston.
He won. I think he won like 2 in Houston.
Wasn't he on the Spurs too?
He won. I think I know because he beat. I remember that shot he beat us with. You know what I'm saying? The Detroit. I know he was with the Spurs. He was with LA with it. You said Chicago?
No, I didn't say Chicago. I said the Spurs.
Yeah, he won with Houston.
Yeah, he was
He
on
won
Houston.
with after that had to be LA, right? The Spurs. He got like 7 rings, bro. But would you say he one of the illest 4s?
No, ain't nobody would.
But he got 7 rings. He got like more than everybody though.
But this goes to the point of, okay, the role players having a lot to do with the success of the superstar. So when you try to compare somebody that's playing a role-playing type of role to somebody that's playing the superstar type of role, failure looks different. Just like success should look different.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then league expansion. What cities deserve a team?
I don't know at this point now with these bad batch of players. I don't know.
They don't even want to play in the league.
I don't know.
They
Would
already
you really
there.
want to expand this?
That's like a job who's trying to expand, but they ain't got enough workers. Everybody quit.
This is more condensing that needs to happen.
If you're going to shorten the schedule, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I'm not talking about the schedule. Get rid of some franchises right now.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to shorten the schedule, then that would make sense.
I mean,
but how's that league expansion if you're shortening?
Well, I mean,
No, I'm
at
talking
that
about if
point
you're
in
getting
time,
rid of teams,
it's like
you want to shorten the schedule.
at that point in time, it's I would have to add that to the list: league expansion or league
Condensing.
Condensing.
Yeah.
Because for you to have a better product on the floor, it should be harder to be called a professional athlete in any sport.
Because at one point I thought they should have had a couple more professional American basketball leagues. But at this point, it's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of Europe, man, listen, they got a lot of teams overseas. And a lot of leagues. I don't see why we don't. All the American players we got, we can't have no other pro leagues. But like you said, the NBA be hating. They be undercutting, dog.
Right.
They don't want no competition. Same way the NFL.
Not even they don't like the big 3.
NFL be hating a little bit, don't they?
Well, the NFL actually tried a couple of times. I don't think it's hating. I just don't think they don't see no money, so they not supporting. Because it's like the time that they was having those other leagues and games, they got to compete with some other sports that now they got primetime TV time. You know?
Yeah, but it's a lot of dudes that's not. It's like the NBA and the NFL don't tell the story of how many cold players is available.
No, right. So that's where the whole thought of expansion came up, is to give more opportunities. So should there be more opportunities for less guys like that to get swept under the rug, or should it be less opportunities to get rid of the bad product?
Yeah. And before we slide off that, because even with expansions, right? Even with like a different professional league, you may have this star that they phase out of this league. He ended up going to this league. Now they got eyes on that league. You know what I'm saying? They could be swapping leagues almost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Stuff
because
like that. You know what I mean?
Like when we walked in, they was talking about that Stephen A. quote, talking about Karl Anthony Towns is good, but he ain't Jahlil Okafor good. Right? And me and you know that Jahlil Okafor is a cold basketball player. He's just old school.
Yeah.
He don't fit the style of play of what the whole league is trying to do right now.
Yeah.
But if Jahlil Okafor was in the league right now, to this day, we can go based off of the last tape that we seen of him in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
When they dumped it down to this dude in the paint, couldn't nobody guard him.
At all, because basic fundamentals, like we was talking.
Right.
Simple.
So
if there was a league, another American basketball league, that actually play old school basketball, there will be a home for that.
Or it's not necessarily just playing old school basketball. It's every team having their own identity,
and they can still get big channel coverage.
They can. It's just you got to be able to, because it's kind of like well, I ain't gonna say it's exactly like the WNBA and trying to get them more like views or whatnot. But like, you can't have your product on television when there's something else that's more demanding to the public eye to watch.
Yeah.
Because you don't want just a few thousand people watching this. You want millions of people watching this.
Yeah, but ESPN and Fox now don't always be having. They be having wide open slots, dude.
I'm sure.
So, I mean, you can.
I'm sure, but like primetime wide open slots, how available are they?
I mean,
like you need to go to a whole different network, kind of, to a degree. Like you need to kind of like go to like, true, because I know HBCU games, they used to be televised on BET.
Yeah, didn't nobody watch that like that. Though,
exactly.
That's a music channel.
That's what I'm saying.
Know what I'm saying?
Like even when people like, even when it was advertised to try to let people know, hey, this is coming on this channel.
Yeah.
Nobody was still tuning in because nobody really.
Yeah, I mean, they have to, at some point, you have to hit like the major sports networks to even get that. But I'm hearing a lot of yawning and things going on, so.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, tomorrow we go home.
Yes.
It's yawning on both ends, too.
I wasn't yawning.
I mean, so.
I didn't even yawn.
Tomorrow we go home and we go back to life.
Yeah.
It was, what was the average temperature on this trip?
Child,
it was like 70 something. It wasn't really super hot.
No, it wasn't super hot. But what is the temperature right now going back?
I know.
Probably
right?
like 20.
Oh, gosh.
20s, yeah,
20s. Which I'm not. Listen, I'm used to it, so I like bundling up low key, so I'm not really tripping like that. But then again, that's
like,
cool. That's cool. That's cool. I understand. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't mind it as long as you suit it for it, you straight.
See that right there? I don't care for stuff like that right there.
What?
Like the players, they don't even give like the refs the opportunity to blow the whistle before they start complaining. Like they start complaining like right off rip.
Yeah.
Anything happens, yo, what's up? Referee's reaching for his whistle, bro.
That's been happening since the 80s.
Right.
They always gonna complain.
Right.
They don't stop nothing.
Right.
Being a referee got to be the most mentally exhausting job there is, as far as sports. A referee,
right?
No matter what, you got the call wrong.
Right.
no matter what. No matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
And then like to do it on the level where you like probably it's got to be worse kind of dealing with like kids with their parents in the stance a little bit. Because
no, man.
Because
they argue every call.
They do, but like so do the parents. Like parents is like, and like it's not like the refs that do it for the kids. They got like a backdoor entrance and exit to where they don't see nobody. The parents can see you get in your car. You know, I mean, so it's like, you know, and then like then you got the other elements that exist in certain areas where what's his name was talking about, Jalen Rose was talking about playing high school ball in Detroit, and he was like, there'd be a big game, and then you got this like basketball player that's at the free throw line, and you got some dude in the audience. You gonna miss this free throw.
That's in all sports,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So these type of elements is in all sports, but I mean they gonna listen. Referees is getting it all day,
right? You
can call a clean block or a clean foul, wrist can slap everything and bruise. I didn't touch him.
Not even. There could be a call made that goes to review, and the whole stadium can see what the right call is. The ref makes the right call, but if it goes against the home team, the booze is coming out.
Yeah, like
you can't switch that. Not on us.
Yeah, because they look at that's the crib. We supposed to have that.
Yup.
You know what I mean? But
right, but hey, look.
We don't go ahead and end it. We're gonna go ahead and end it. You know what I'm saying? So we can get up.
I stayed awake the entire podcast this time.
And
give me my props.
Down.
Yes, give me my props.
Now you and Andrea was both on your phone the whole time. I kind of like.
Well, maybe that's the trick to get me to like stay awake. the whole time.
this podcast is pretty much the first half was featured with Andrea. The second half was featured with Louis. And
yeah, because
Andrea said
she was ghost. She was ghost.
So
she was ghost.
She said not a word. How many words you say?
About five. About five.
Like
about five.
Only to dispute whatever you said.
Not even. Just to chime in and be like, "Yep," or something like that.
Yeah. So you ain't have much to say.
Well,
like
at
that.
least she's awake, so give her that.
That's because she ain't in her bed, probably.
No, she'd probably be awake.
Josh, these facts.
If she was laying down and in her comfortable clothes to go to sleep in, she probably would have been asleep. Like you see what happens when like we'll be at our house and she'll be on the couch with blankets and stuff like that.
It'd be over with.
Both of them. Both of y'all be gone.
No, you'll fall asleep and then come back.
Yeah, you would like
argue.
full force.
To argue.
She would like come back full force, like second awakening or something.
Just to argue.
And it's not that we don't think this, it's just that they decide to do the podcast at night.
Nope, this is not
which
good.
Is
you should not go to sleep.
around the time that
it's not good. There's no excuse.
Around the time
that's your bedtime.
Look,
yes,
there's no
so
I've said in the past that we can start earlier, but the thing is, we always chop it up first, and then I
can set it up to where I just immediately clip the mics. I can do
but
that.
then Josh want to know what's going to be served for dinner. You know what we drinking.
Y'all don't want to eat. Y'all don't want to eat. That's fine. Look, we can set it up just like that. Y'all don't have to eat if you don't want to.
I never said anything about not eating. When have I said anything? I've never said that.
But like, for you to eat, you need to know what you're gonna have, right? Or do you just want something randomly put in front of you?
This is why we can't start. Because then there's other things that get in the way of.
But that's part of the reason why I try to have the answer to these questions before you guys come.
I'm the easiest to deal with.
See, y'all was saying like, okay, well, Josh being the mentor. Okay, well, what we gonna eat? Wouldn't you like to know? You don't want to know what we're going to eat?
Yeah, but you ask them like 2 weeks in advance. Like,
I'm okay with that. Like, I'm cool with whatever.
Is there anything wrong with having a plan so we can know how to go about business?
Yeah, but look, I'm cool with doing earlier. I'm cool with doing later. It's y'all that go to sleep. I don't go to sleep. Josh don't go
I
to
can
sleep.
count the amount of times on one hand that I've fallen asleep.
No,
Don't-
there's evidence
don't-
of you falling asleep on the show a lot.
said the amount of one hand.
Now you do wake up.
Don't do me like
You rise up like the Undertaker and start arguing. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
You'll go to
argue.
sleep. She'll go to sleep for like.
Isn't that how that whole taking care of the kid that's not yours thing came
Yeah,
about?
she was asleep, then came out and then went crazy. You know what I'm
And she
saying?
still feel the same about that. She ain't changed.
Yeah, so Alicia just stayed asleep the whole time. She don't even get up. So I mean,
She got up to say goodbye to us last night.
I didn't even remember doing that, but I guess I did.
Oh, all right, bye guys, and we out the door. Like we here.
Yeah, I don't
All right,
even
bye
remember
guys.
doing that. Like, at
So
all.
if we wanna set up this time to guaranteed, we can do that. If we stay on it though,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So we want to do
yeah,
what?
because then y'all be like, oh yeah, let's do 7, and then y'all, or let's do 6, and then y'all be like, oh, we not gonna be there till 7. Like y'all be an hour late.
No, both
We
people
be an
late.
hour late.
Nah, both people be late.
I don't be that late.
Both.
I don't be that late. Y'all be
Both.
like, oh yes,
Listen,
y'all
listen.
will.
No
y'all,
one stays.
Y'all don't ever
No,
show up
no
so
one
long.
stays on the actual time. Period. In the
Yeah,
time.
and don't even
So
act
we
like,
not
because
doing
Andre,
this.
you move it in 30 minutes.
Nobody
Oh,
stays
let's
on
do-
time.
let's
I'm
do
not.
6:30.
You
Oh,
saying
let's
this?
just do
Nobody is
7.
on. Listen, nobody.
We are.
know what I'm
We
saying?
are more on
Nobody.
time than they are.
Nobody is on. We be late too. So now
We're not late as much as.
Listen,
they are.
man. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to figure this out. So if we want to do it early, we can do that.
I'm fine with doing early. I'm fine with walking in, clipped up. Let's do it.
I'm
So you're
like,
trying to have like 5-6 hour shows.
I'm cool with that.
I didn't say that.
I'm
Now,
alright with
Matt
that.
just
Start
said.
early,
Matt
you're-
just said
you're
he
still
cool
gonna
with
end
it.
at the same time.
if you want to do 5 or 6 hour shows, that's not a problem.
No, I'm saying
Because
you
guess what? If we had a 5 or 6 hour show, let me tell you the benefits of this. We can do like 5 shows in one, and then I could just spread it out.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just saying
constant
if you,
content.
If you start
You
early,
dig?
you're not gonna end early, so it's gonna.
But
be a
that's
long
more
show.
material.
Yeah.
Now-
I'm just making a point.
Look,
Well, I'm not arguing your
this all
arguing with you. I'm just saying.
this all takes proper planning and whatnot.
It's just staying punctual. That's all.
and not even just that. Like maybe this is where y'all can assert yourself more. Because we tried this. No. I'm not talking about. No. I'm not going where your mind is thinking. Okay. I'm going to the route to where
You talking about cooking?
no.
Oh.
What?
No.
No.
What I'm going to is what we initially tried to have y'all on for the first time. Maybe we go back to that, but y'all be a little bit more assertive about staying on subject. Because you see what Ernie does, you see what the other
You talking about
females
You
us
do.
talking
being
about them being
moderators?
mods or
Yeah,
hosts?
Moderators.
Nobody in this room stay on subject.
I
but
know
that's
they're
what I'm
saying,
saying.
that's why he's saying like he wants us to help you guys stay on subject so you can be able
It's
to
still
roast.
not gonna make the show any.
But
shorter.
if he's trying to break it up and release
It makes
We can
more
do
sense.
if we did if
you
we
have to
I'm gonna
stay
say this.
on
If we
topic.
did okay, so if we picked like Saturday or Sunday, whichever one. You know what I'm saying? Saturday would be better, but if we do whatever. Like if we did that early or whatnot, and did like a whole block, if we did like 1 to 7 or something, right? Or whatever the case is, that can potentially be about 4 pods.
Yeah,
Right.
and then that
And I can break all that up and release that weekly.
yeah, and in
Know
that
what I'm saying?
instance, we would need to moderate because that way it doesn't.
So we can
when
knock
it
it.
gets
So
released,
And
it makes
then
sense.
whenever you want to break, you could be like, okay, we're gonna take a
yeah,
break and all
a
this other
break
stuff.
is nothing.
Right.
Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But if we do we do this episode, boom.
Right.
That episode, boom.
And
That was-
and then too, I mean, I don't know if y'all would want to do this, but like the way they got it set up on their stuff is like whenever there's a subject being talked about, you give your opinion, then you give your opinion, then you give your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do it like that. We just be like going in. We just be
Yeah.
like,
But I think that's fun though.
it
Yeah.
is fun. I'm just trying to give up options to achieve the goal here.
Cause I can make it. If we do that, I could make that happen. Because I got 15 episodes right there. I gotta release, but that's just bulk recording. So if we did like a bulk recording one day, that's how it can be like daily content or weekly content without it being an issue of feeling like, oh man, we do it all one day.
And then if y'all get access, well, I don't know. Does it matter? Does this Google Sheets list matter? Like, should I keep doing this?
If you like the Google Sheets, you can use it.
Well, I mean,
no, it's not. No, it's not like that because I be putting out Freeze corners, right? And he don't be knowing what it be. It just pop up. You know what I'm saying? But I be just in my head though.
Right.
So I just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
so but I'm just saying, like,
if you like doing Google Sheets, there's nothing wrong with it.
Well,
like,
no, I mean, I did the whole Google Sheets thing just for the purpose of us being able to know what we got scheduled to talk about.
Yeah, it could be for schedule, but sometimes you can have I say this. You can have the Google Sheets for stuff that has, like, I guess you want to say group stuff. For the whole group and all that.
See, but I wanted, well, if we do that, I was going to try to give them access to it so they can see it too, or they can add to it.
They can do that.
Or should we have a hard copy? Be like, oh, look, this is on the wall. This is what we got.
Well, now it's better off just having it. Everybody got a phone. They just log into Google Sheets.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I use Google Sheets at my job.
On the Google Sheets. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if that don't mean you can't come off the cuff with something if you just got something you want to talk about.
Not at all. Not at all.
That's how I do a lot of stuff. It ain't that I don't use Google Sheets. If I'm in the car and I got a topic, I'm gonna clip up and just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, because right now this Alchemist album review been sitting here for.
Yeah, man, I know. You know what I'm saying? I know. I like to comb through albums back because I like to know all the lyrics, everything, and really give a detailed. So I'm gonna do a whole music situation because I'm gonna do a few things when it comes to that. But no, I'm real. I guess you want to say anal when it comes to that. But dang. But Houston.
All right, you guys.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Thank you for tuning in.
Get up out of here because he penned this stuff. But he penned this stuff. I wouldn't have that. But
they're watching the game. That's what they're commenting.
Look, this ain't nothing new to them because we was watching the Western Conference Finals last time we was recording.
Oh yeah. So if we want to do that and have more content, we can do a block show or block. And then record it by the blocks if y'all want to do y'all thing and we take a break. And if y'all want to do a Wives Unscripted within that block.
Oh yeah, that is a dope idea right there. That is a dope idea. Y'all cover y'all subject while we gone, or we just not on the mic.
Y'all do what y'all do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
that
down
is
for
that
that.
is a dope subject. That is a dope idea.
Then I can break it up and just release it incrementally.
That might be the best way to put out consistent material.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I do my channel.
We are down with the crew. Down with the crew.
Okay.
What? that all right. Man, well, make sure you like, subscribe, share the content, man.
All right.
And this is, salute to the boat, and my sickness. Peace.